looking like Noob Saibot, boy. I'm about to get you.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, bro.
You should put
Looking
that
more-
up on the stream,
yeah,
Kyle. That
more-
should be your intro.
that should be-
More
that should
like
be the outro.
smoke. Nah, that shit should be the fucking subscriber emote.
It should. Yeah.
Is it just Kyle going? "Ah!"
Yeah, he was freaking out. He was
Just getting bodied by smoke, bro.
I turned that joint way up. It was so cold that day.
All the smoke.
okay.
We want all of it.
Okay.
All the smoke.
Are you drinking that blue joint?
Nah, I haven't. Oh, he's
let's get the
drinking
blue
it. I'm
joint.
about to say, I haven't popped one yet. I don't know what color I'm gonna pop tonight. Depends on
Yellow.
how I'm feeling. I'm probably gonna pop a green. I feel like shit. Like,
Yeah, you're right.
Papa Green.
oh man. But anyway, y'all bam is trash. Welcome everybody to the Crash the Net podcast episode. Episode number 5. Dog.
Can't even say it.
The show for everything FGC, anime FGC, pop culture, cracker tweet, you know, all that. You know, we got all that stuff. Yeah.
Wide variety.
Let me go ahead and I should probably introduce y'all to my gorgeous and fabulous friends. No Bromo. Tonight I'm being joined by none other than the homie Nick Stone Graf and young Kira, you know, young Ernest.
Dabble.
Why did the dab? Oh, we're not doing that no more. That's kind of. Why did the dab have sound effects? Yeah, that's crazy. Bro. That joke have whole sound effects. It's like, you know, when you punch somebody, you got like the punch sound.
Yeah,
Like,
the dab got
They got a
sound.
dab got a sound, bro. I mean, I kind of feel like Fortnite introduced that though. Like motions,
you're right.
motions in general have like songs and sounds. Like it's a thing.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
It's a total thing now. That shit's crazy. Yeah, I don't know where Greg is. He's
Rest in
currently
peace.
not in the call. I don't think
Too
he's
good.
online. He might actually be in Japan already. Who knows? You know, I don't keep up with him. Like, you know, damn, it's felt like it's been like a minute since I've talked to y'all, dog. Like, honestly, I know I say that shit every week, but I mean it this time. Like,
Cause your fucking adventures.
feel like I've been in another fucking dimension, bro. And like, of course, work is zooting me, so it is what it is, dog. It is what it is, yo. I guess we always get started with the weekend recap. How's everybody's weekend?
Nah, fuck that. You go first, cause
Anybody
you know damn well you
Now
want to talk about your weekend.
listen. if we start off with me talking about my weekend,
It's gonna
I'm gonna
downplay
take
everyone
up.
else's weekend.
It's not even just that. It's like it's gonna take up a majority of the podcast. So I'd rather go last, honestly. That's probably the best bet.
All right, EJ.
All right, shout outs to 2-year anniversary this weekend, boys. Let's go.
I didn't even know that
Hey.
shit was going on, bro. No wonder you weren't trying to go to New York, you little asshole.
I didn't even know
My
until
man's
like
like, nah,
a week ago.
whatever, man.
He wouldn't even go.
This
He wouldn't even
dude-
go eat with me.
He was
Hey,
like
look.
dodging me, bro. I was like, yo, real talk, you could just go to New York and hang out. You ain't even got to go to the event. He was like,
I don't know.
Yeah, my man.
Shout outs
my
to 2
God,
years.
man. This clown. Oh my God, yo. Whoa.
Hey, but other than that, chill Sunday. You already know how Sunday went. Chill as fuck.
Congratulations, your life is
Thank
still
you, thank
over.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what's
I'm-
up. Damn, it's been 2 years.
Yep.
No, you're fucked.
Let's go, boy.
Oh my God.
It don't
That's
even
what's
feel
up.
that long.
Yeah, it don't, man.
It don't.
It don't
It
seem
don't.
like that. Like time, I don't know what it is. Like I tweeted about it on Saturday, man. Time feels like that shit is like on Omega fast mode. Like
Yeah.
like the time wizard is like fucking with us, bro. A big ass clock with a staff.
Oh, okay,
Like, I
Joey.
swear, man.
That's some Mortal Kombat shit.
Like that shit. Like time is not standing still. It does not want to, yo. Did you guys do anything special for the anniversary, yo?
Just went out, ate some
Yeah.
trash ass food.
Could have gone and ate
Trash,
with me. Could have gone and ate
trash
with me.
ass food.
You gonna
I'm
have-
talking,
Yeah.
yo, and the service was bad, bro.
Slam,
oh my
Slam got the
God.
McDonald's.
Oh.
Slam got the McDonald's.
Oh my God.
with the synopsis, bruh.
All right, so
I don't end up going there.
she's like, let's do it big. Let's do
Okay.
some seafood. I'm like, all right,
Okay.
let's get some seafood.
Look,
I'm
no,
down.
hold on. If you're talking about seafood and you're going to like your run-of-the-mill seafood joint like Red
That's
Lobster,
the
bro.
thing. That's the thing.
Did you go to Red
That's the thing.
Lobster?
We went to Red Lobster, and I was like,
I'm
she
about
was
to
like,
end
I
the
want to go
call.
to Red Lobster.
I'm about
all right.
to end
All
the
right.
call, bro.
Hold on,
He's
hold on,
talking
hold
about,
on.
no,
Just-
listen.
just
Nah,
disrespect
hold on.
him.
Let me get my jokes off. Yo, how you gonna tell me that you doing it big and you going to Red Lobster, man? Son. Yo,
Take your girl to a buffet.
I bet all the hood rats was there,
So,
man.
hold on.
You gotta be kidding
So
me.
I was down to go. I was like, the world is yours. It's your oyster, baby. Let's go anywhere. She said Red Lobster.
That's actually really bad.
You might
I
just have
feel
to,
like-
you might have to cancel her, dog.
Yeah, I was gonna
The
say,
whole
you might, yeah,
thing.
you might
Yeah.
have to file for divorce on that. That's so weak.
just off of principle.
That-
He
yeah,
said,
that's
this is
so
what I'm
deep.
worth to you.
I'm telling you, we walked in. I was like, all right, I
Son,
can deal with the
you
cheddar
bring-
biscuits
you
smelling
bring
good.
The
Hold on.
urchins. You bring
I
the
got
urchins
you,
to
I
Red
got you.
Lobster, bro.
Hold on,
That's what
hold
you
on, I
bring the
got you,
urchins.
I
The
got you.
side joint. You bring the side joint to Red Lobster, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
Not the
Because that it was
main.
definitely that trash. So the fucking biscuits were smelling good, bro. I was like, all right, this might have been a good choice. Hold on.
They brought this dude some bunk ass.
No, the biscuits were fire. The biscuits were fire, right? I haven't had these joints in a minute. But then
Oh
God.
my
Then the
God.
food
my
came
God.
out.
Okay,
all right.
Okay.
the food came out. She said, you want a house or Caesar salad? I said, let me get that Caesar. I was like, all right.
Ew.
She brings me a house. I
Oh.
was like, you know what? I'm not going to
Oh.
even complain about it. Whatever. All right.
Should have brought me.
So I ate the salad, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Then it was time to eat. I said, let me get this, but let me not get the spring mix on the sandwich. And she was like, all right, brings the spring mix on the fucking sandwich. I was like, you know what? I said, this shit's trash, bro. Son, that shit was so trash.
That's the only thing she messed up.
She fucked up on everything. She brought me a lemonade instead of
Yeah,
a Coke.
okay,
How do you
what-
fuck that up?
That's, I mean,
How do you
EJ,
fuck
you,
that
I mean,
up?
in
never,
your,
you never heard of
defense,
lemon
EJ,
Coke?
That's crazy. You need to stop. In EJ's defense, it don't matter what the drink is. He's just gonna drink it anyways. He said, "Woo!"
So the meme lives on, bro.
He said, that joint was hitting.
Yeah, I was like, damn, this Coke is good. He said, that's lemonade. Oh shit.
Oh.
My bad.
That's fucking
Nah,
gross.
but
So did
other
the,
than
did,
that-
did the food at least taste good?
No.
Yeah.
That shit,
like,
all right, so I got the lobster roll like we got at Tyson's, right?
oh, you made a
Because I was
mistake. You
thinking,
don't do that- you don't do that
hold on.
shit
I was thinking it was gonna be the same thing. I was thinking it was gonna be the
at-
same thing.
You're a Red
Right?
Lobster, man.
I take a bite, son,
Red
instant
Lobster.
disappointment.
Yeah.
Instant.
That
Son,
was
that joint
weird.
tastes like, okay, y'all know y'all ever been a Giant in the little fridge section where they got like egg salad and shit?
Well, that's when you messed up because I don't shop at Giant.
So it tastes
Oh, that's,
It oh,
that's fucked up.
Safeway got it too. So
Really?
where they got the
Yeah,
egg salad
I'll
and
stop
chicken
at
salad
Safeway.
and shit.
Yeah.
It tasted like something out of that section.
That's fucking gross. It might have actually been something from that.
I
section. It was-
promise
was
you
Red
it might
Lobster,
have.
bro.
I promise you it might have.
He said the oven's busted, so we just got to go to Safeway
So
real quick.
I don't want to be that dude, you know what I mean, to put you out there or anything like that. But you know, if you would have just went to Buka like Nick told you,
Thank
you would
you.
have never, you know, you'd have
That
never
shit
had
would have
to
been
deal with
godlike.
that.
Yeah.
Way better.
Y'all could have gotten your own table. I'd have gone and eaten with myself. Then we could
Way
have
better, bro.
caught back up. But
It
no.
said link up.
Yeah, but no.
I'm
We
mad
gotta-
that you're
we-
like,
we
yo,
might gotta
girl,
run that because I'm
legit-
mad.
Yeah, it might be time, but I'm mad that you're like, yeah, you can literally go anywhere, and then she chose to do Red Lobster, bro.
I mean, I wasn't complaining.
I
It was
am.
close. I was like, fuck it.
Shit, I'd have been like, we ain't doing that. that would have the swiftness, bro. But I mean, honestly, when it comes to anniversaries, unfortunately, it is all about the female. We don't get any say in that.
Nope.
None. And unfortunately, that's like every like major event involved with like couples and stuff. The male side of it, or should I say I was literally about to say protagonist and antagonist. All right, look, your significant
Yeah.
other is not an antagonist. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to put that out there, but anyway,
I think you were, but it's okay.
maybe just a little bit. But
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
it's never in your favor. So like weddings, it's all about the bride. Like period. It's never about the groom. Like all that stuff. It's always about the significant other. You're never going to be the focal point. It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. It comes with the territory.
Damn, you right.
It literally is what it is, yo.
That's how it be. The rules.
How about you, Nick? What you do?
Well, since my plans got denied by the bride and groom over here, just kind of hung out. Just kind of just like I cleaned the house. My dad actually gets home in like 4 hours. My motherfucker's in Mexico, getting his freaking Mexico trip on. So
So hold on, he already left?
he been gone.
Jesus
Motherfucker,
Christ.
he left last Wednesday.
Oh
Yeah,
my
he
God.
Just, yeah, he just been gone.
I'm out of here, bro.
Yeah, he's just like, oh man, I'm so glad my trip's coming. I'm like, when do you leave? He's like, oh, I leave in like 12 hours. I'm like, oh,
Damn.
okay. I was like, I kind of forgot, but see you later.
I'm going down there to mess with the senoritas.
Shit. Dude just like hits me up. He's like, hey, what are you doing? It's like, I'm at home. He said, oh, that's cool. I'm at the beach. I was like, okay.
Damn.
I was like, I'm hanging up on you. But yeah, other than that, not too much. Been a pretty generic weekend. I was thinking about going to New York, but decided not to.
Speaking of generic, why you post my man what's his name? Little long neck.
Oh, Daddy Long Neck.
Being a generic white male now.
That video was so iconic when it came out. That's when he had long hair.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then like every video like after he cut his hair has been trash. So he just became like a generic white person.
Yeah,
It's like an NPC.
He's trying to like assimilate like African American culture because they accepted him. Man, I actually said that was messed up because African Americans accepted him. He's trying to like embrace the culture, and I don't know that it can either make you or break you. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. You gotta fit in where you can fit in, I guess.
Have you ever seen a full picture, like a full body picture of this kid?
Unfortunately,
He looks like a real life skeleton. It's kind of gross.
Have y'all seen what's that bitch's name? Eugenia, whatever the fuck.
I have no clue you're talking about.
You've seen her, Kyle.
I have.
She was the bitch in the Kyrie cosplay.
Oh, yo. She looks like if a paper like touched her, bro, she would bleed out. Son.
Yeah, I think she might be skinnier than long neck.
Yes, no, she's definitely skinnier than long
Send me
neck,
the link, EJ.
I got you.
Oh man,
Send me the link.
When he first showed me her, I was so sad, dog.
That's crazy.
I was so sad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think doesn't she have like a condition or something?
I think so. Yo,
No, I actually think there's a condition for that, yo.
Skinny condition.
No, it's not. No.
Yeah.
There's a name for it.
But other than that, yeah, nothing interesting. I supposedly have to go wedding dress shopping this weekend. Awesome.
Oh, who's getting married?
My mom's actual sister.
My mom's uncle's
so
brother's
she's got
cousin.
like stepsisters and shit then.
No, my mom was adopted, and then it was like a
biological sister.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't think of the right word at that moment. Yeah, but it was like a closed one, so they didn't like reveal it.
Aha.
But she like went through all like the freaking process crap, and then finally found out. I've met this lady like 4 times now, and they're like, "Oh, you should come out wedding dress shopping with us." I'm like,
met your biological sister's
sister.
Like sister.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. So I'm like, cool. I was like, I had to supposedly get to go shopping with my aunt. Awesome.
I mean, that's what's up, I guess.
I don't know.
Did y'all know that Jason was getting married, yo? Why are you laughing, son? Yo, so we just gonna be getting jokes off tonight. That's what's up, though. Like, we're overdue for one of these podcasts. Like, we're definitely overdue for one of these.
Wait, say it again.
I'm not. Did you guys know that Jason was getting married? Why are you laughing, son? Yo, he was that all the way to troll,
like Big Jason.
Like hold on, Big Jason.
Big homie Jason.
Yeah. Like player Jason. That's a joke. Why is this a joke? Yo?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I didn't realize my man linked the YouTube video. That's OD.
Yeah, I put that there for the chat.
He said, "Hey, player."
That's OD, yo.
Said a player getting married out here.
Yeah, he's getting married apparently because I think Word was telling me about it. Somebody was. They was like, yeah, you going Jason Wood? No,
Better get an invite.
I was like, I don't know, man.
Oh snap! Hey, you know what time it is?
Do I? I think I don't know what time it is.
think you do?
Oh! Shout out to the homie Graph for holding it down. I mean,
16 month boy.
you didn't spell player right. It's gotta be like player.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you,
like-
you can't add the E.
Insert Greg.
You be in bed?
Hey, I'm proud of you
rolls
though.
out the
You're in
grave.
a
I
2
just
month
got
streak.
home.
Nah.
You're on a 2-month streak though, bro. I'm proud.
Nah,
of
you trying to play Samurai Showdown?
I am
Hey,
actually.
EJ out?
EJ, put that link again, cause I didn't have the chat open.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, is that shit out? All right. So I think Nick's done. Hold on. I guess we can go Greg then for
What?
your weekend, bro. your weekend.
It was good. I will leave it at that.
All right. So.
All right.
Greg's
Yeah. It was good. I will leave it at that for many reasons.
This weekend was good. All right. Also, that's great, man. All right. I'm sorry I gotta do this to you guys, but it's looking like I'm gonna have to hijack the stream for a little bit of time.
Uh-oh, here we go.
And go over my week.
Y'all know what time it is.
The sad part is, it's like I gotta start this off with a little bit of an intro.
I actually was interested to see how this one go. So this is good for me.
I'm gonna tell you guys something, yo. I've been on this earth for almost 30 years, bro. In about how many days are in April?
31,
31.
I think.
So
Hold on.
28.
I don't know.
30.
30 days. Okay. So in 27 days, I'm going to be on this earth for 30 years. And I don't know, if you guys have experienced something like that, but there is like a pinnacle. There's like a pinnacle of like happiness that you can reach. Like, trust me, it feels like nothing else that you've ever like been into contact with. Like period. I do not know how to explain it. I felt it maybe 2 or 3 times in my entire lifetime. So if you do the math, that's like once a decade type stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like literally once a decade type stuff. So this weekend, to give a little backstory for the stream, if you don't know, I went on a little bit of a road trip to New York City. I rode the bus up there. Travel was, that's a story in itself. I'll get into that in a second. But I went up there because I wanted to see a Japanese pop group known as Perfume. I've been a fan of their group since, like 2008, 2009, 2008. It's been a long time. It's been over a decade that I've been a fan of this pop group. And about 3 or 4 years ago, they went on a world tour, and I missed them when they came here. And I was convinced that they were never going to come back here because they had another world tour after. Well, they had another tour after that, but it was just in Japan, so they didn't come here. And I was like, damn, it's like I had an opportunity to see them, and I missed it. So it was like back in like I think February. It was like early February. I was just like on YouTube, like watching videos and stuff. And now it does this thing where like if you watch videos involving artists, and this could be anything, like gamers, musicians, like actual like physiological artists and stuff, if they have a tour that they're going on, it'll advertise the tour in their description. If you click the link, it'll take you to a portal to get tickets to their shows. Like, it's been doing that recently. So, for instance, like, I'm a fan of the Joe Budden podcast, so I'll watch his podcast from time to time. And he's going on tour, I believe, next month. And you can buy tickets through his YouTube channel with the link that YouTube puts up that's connected to the actual tour. So, randomly, a Perfume video came up, and I found out they were going on tour, and I got my tickets that way, like, straight through the YouTube portal, so on and so forth. So, I actually went up to New York this past weekend to see them live in concert. Honestly, it's probably the best thing that could have happened to me this year, and the worst. Like, because I honestly don't think, even though the year is just getting started, I honestly don't think there's anything that I can do that will live up to what I experienced that night. Like, period. It's almost like a negative thing because I honestly think I'm depressed because I know I'm never going to feel that way again. And it's really fucking crazy. It's driving me nuts. Like, literally the only thing I can think about is the concert from Saturday. Like, honestly. Oh, by the way, they killed it. Like, they fucking killed it. It was immaculate. It was perfect. Like, honestly, there wasn't a single thing they could have did better. which is pretty cool to see because I'm not generally a person that goes to concerts and such. But just comparing the effort and the craftsmanship that they put into the show that they put on to the stuff that we're used to and accustomed to here in America, it's on a whole other level, man. Like, honestly, artists from here now are really lazy. Like, amazingly lazy. They go out there, like, I mean, I'm not going to put anybody's name out there, but J. Cole. He'll literally go out there in basketball shorts and a white tee and put on a show. He literally just get up and go and you know, perform and then go back to doing whatever the hell he was doing before that. Like, there's no thought process or anything put behind it, but, like, I honestly have a lot of respect for the amount of work that they put into their show and the craft that came out of it, yo. Like, honestly, when they played the first song, like, I was so joyous and happy that I literally came to a tear, bro. Like, honestly. I don't know if anybody else in this podcast can say that they've ever been so happy that you cried about it, bro. Like, that is like another level of happiness. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. And I can only name probably like 2 or 3 moments in my entire life that's happening. That concert was definitely one of them. So
Okay, wait, did you cry?
yes, a tear. I definitely shed a tear. It wasn't like a sob.
A whole tear.
It wasn't like a sob cry. It was like a joyous cry. It's hard to explain. Like, if you've ever if you've experienced it, you understand what I'm talking about. But if you've never experienced that before, bro, you need to reevaluate your life because you've never had true happiness. And like, it made me realize something, right? I do a lot of stuff that I'm content with doing, but I don't actually think I enjoy it. So there are a few things that I do that I feel like I enjoy. And I feel like this year I'm going to dedicate it to trying to figure out what I like and finding something that I enjoy and doing that more often. So I can try to not recreate, but reciprocate that vibe, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Because, like, comparing the concert to, like, the past couple of events I've been to, the events aren't cutting it. Like, it's just not good enough. Like, the quality's got to come up or something. It's just, it's not on the same level, yo. I got to be inducted in the World Fan Club. I got my little card here. Damn, you guys can't see it. It's too small. Let me make the big joint. So yeah, you got the little fan club thing. It's got like a number and shit on the back, but if I show that to you, you guys can get into my shit. So
hey, turn that joint around.
Yeah, nah, I'm not turning it around.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm not turning it around. I did record almost every performance from the concert, so I'm gonna have like a mega cut with like, I don't know, about 30 to 40 seconds of each performance in it. I don't want to put the entire performance up because honestly I would like people to support the band and actually go see them perform. I'm not gonna upload the entire concert. That's
do like a snippet of each song.
That's literally what I was gonna do because it's an experience. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's not just a performance, it's an experience. Like, you're part of it, if that makes sense. And there's actually parts of the concert I did not record on purpose because it would ruin the experience. Like, you literally need to be there to take a part of it. Travel was pretty trash. Let me tell you about the travel situation, right? So, the bus stop that I go to generally takes about an hour and like maybe a couple minutes to get to or whatever. And when I woke up that morning, Google told me that it was going to take me 57 minutes to get there. Now, when I got in my car to leave and I plugged it in again, Google definitely lied to me and it told me it was going to take an hour and 30 minutes. So long story short, the bus that I had booked, I missed. Like, I just flat out missed, like, hard. So I had to, luckily there was another bus available, so I was able to buy another bus ticket and still get up there that way. But that was kind of sketch because when I got on the bus that time, there was like maybe 10 people in the parking lot when we got on. So we literally had the bus to ourselves. Everybody had like 2 seats and shit. And there was like mad seats in between. It was just empty. We're like, all right, cool. We ghosting, right? So this bus driver, right? He gets like, I don't know, like he gets into Delaware. So we're like, I don't know, an hour and a half up the road now. And he starts going on all these back roads and shit. And it continues for like, I don't know, 20, 25 minutes. And like at this point, like all the passengers are like looking at each other. We're like, yo, what the fuck's this dude doing? Like, I'm like, yo, this dude's honestly about to kill us. Like, honestly. So then this dude pulls into Delaware College, And I was like, what the hell are we doing here? I'm thinking like this dude like forgot something, like he goes here or some shit, and he's about to go into his dorm or whatever and pick up his like homework or something and leave. But like, nah, he pulls in this parking lot, and all these kids come out, and I'm like, what's going on? And it's like 30 or 40 of these dudes, right? Like these teenagers or whatever, you know, your college campus goers or whatever, and these dudes start getting on the bus. And I'm like, what is going on? So, like, all these kids are sitting down and all these empty seats and shit, and everybody's getting rattled because, you know, half the people on the bus was, like, half asleep at this point and stuff. And I got my foot up on my seat because I'm like, ain't nobody sitting next to my ass. You know, whatever. But the bus pretty much gets filled up, and nobody sitting next to me, so I'm like, yeah, we made it. Like, we good out here, right? Because I was going to take, like, pictures and shit from the bus as I went. But it's harder to do that with somebody sitting next to you because, you know, like, it's honestly, like, nuts to butts when you're sitting on the joint. But, so we're getting ready to take off. Dude starts the bus up, and out of nowhere, this like linky long neck like white dude comes up and it's like, hey, me, man. And he gets on the bus, and he's like looking around and shit. And you know, usually if you're gonna like sit next to somebody like on a plane or like a train or a bus or something like that, you know, like you'll ask, is anybody sitting here? And they'll be like, nah, or whatever. And you're like, you know, can I sit here? Or you'll just sit down, right? You do that. So this dude looks around the bus, like he gets up like a little like stalk, like a beam. Like, hold on, let me get up out the chair, bro. So like, yeah, he's like a little stalk, like a little beam, right? My man's just like moving around. He doesn't even make eye contact with the seat or me, right? So the seat's here, the seat's like here, right? And my man's is just like. Like, yeah, he just like slides into that shit. That mess, yo, yeah, like he didn't. No eye contact was made, like none. Like this dude is looking either straight forward or like at the aisle. So like we didn't look at each. I'm staring at the dude the whole time, but this dude just like magnetizes himself to the seat and like sits in the joint. So I had to sit next to this lanky long neck dude for like the duration of the ride, so I couldn't take pictures and shit on the way up there.
Was his neck bobbing every time y'all hit a speed bump?
I don't know what he was doing. He was wearing like some Wayfair glasses, and he was weird, man. Like college kids, there's something wrong with this next generation, dog. There's obviously something wrong with these people. But yeah, I was gonna make a vlog out of the entire experience, but because of the bus part, like it's like I kept missing parts because I was gonna like do something on the bus, couldn't do that because I didn't have the space to do that. Then once I got into the city, because I got there a little bit later, it was like everything was like cramped time space. So it was like I got there, I met up with the homie Chuck, and then he wanted to get this cheesecake, so we went to this cheesecake place. I think it's called Junior's. Like Junior's cheesecake.
That always cheesecake.
Yeah. He got this Junior's cheesecake. Apparently Junior's is really godlike. I don't eat cheesecake, but if you're in New York, check out Junior's. Chuck can vouch for it. Apparently it's godlike. It was great. He went there twice. So we went there before the show, and then we went there after the show, before we left. So apparently Junior's is in there. But yeah, we went to Junior's. Then after that, we went to Schmackery, because Schmackery's like maybe like 4 blocks down from Junior's. Like everything's relatively close. And then from Schmackery's, we got an Uber and we went out to Cats. We went to Cats, you know, where he does like the different, like the delicatessen. You know,
talking about the joint that destroyed Greg.
The joint that definitely bodied Greg. It
Definitely
bodied all of us that night, bro. That's a lot of food, yo. But when we got the Cats, like the show started at 8. We got the Cats at like 6:50. And you gotta figure the Uber ride's like 20-25 minutes. So we're like, oh shit. And then there was a line. I don't know what it was in New York this past Saturday, dog. It was crowded up there. Like it was really crowded, like in New York, this past weekend. And so yeah, we got the food or whatever. I was able to scarf down a corned beef sandwich in like not even 10 minutes. Like I destroyed it.
Jesus.
Like freak dog. It was actually kind of gross how I ate it. And it was like funny because there was this like tourist like couple that sat next to us in the place where we was eating, and they kept like bugging me. They kept like poking me, being like, hey, do you know what the best thing on the menu is? Yeah. I'm like, dog, I'm not from here. Like why are you, do I look New Yorker? I'm not even wearing Tim's.
It's because you're black.
That's no. New York is a very diverse place. There's way more people than black people that live in New York, man. You need to relax.
Nick was thinking it that whole time. That's why he laughing.
So anyway, basically we ate the food, and then from there we went to the actual concert hall. And we got in this pretty dope Uber. This dude was like talking Chuck's fucking like ear off, bro. But I guess it was funny. I honestly
he sat in the front.
Yeah, he did. I honestly,
you never do that.
I honestly probably should have recorded that interaction because it was really funny. Like they had like this mega like party bus thing. It was like It was like, no, but it was weird. It was like a Hummer. It was like a Hummer, and it was like long as fuck, and it was like a party bus. Like it was crazy.
I know what you're talking.
And they were like hyping that up, and they were like, yeah, whatever. And then the dude was talking about like the fares and shit. He was like, yeah, you know, everybody split like 200, 300, and you can get that bus or whatever. And then Chuck was like, that's kind of a ripoff. But then the dude was explaining, and he was like, nah, you get it for like the whole night. Like they like drive you everywhere, and it's got like an open bar and all that. So honestly, a move might be to go somewhere we've never been before and get a big ass party bus and get fucked up. Like that might actually be a thing at some point this year. I might actually want to partake in that. Honestly, I want to do Miami. I haven't been to Miami yet. So that might be a thing. I might go to Miami, get a party bus, and just like, it is what it is. But anyway, we get to the concert hall. We get there at like 6:45. It was close. It's like 15 minutes till showtime, right? And we get there, and like I was looking on Twitter because New York's got an event organization that like tweets out like all the events going on in New York and all that. And they tweeted out the concert. They had a picture from the place, and the lines were long as hell. Like for the picture, and I was like, damn, we're gonna get there, we're gonna be SOL, whatever. But now we got there, and we literally like got outside the venue, and we got into the venue in like less than like not even 6 minutes. It was fast. And it was funny because Chuck, when he went to juniors, he got 2 cheesecakes, so he ate one of them, and then he had a second one that he was holding for later. But the venue doesn't allow you to bring food or drink inside, so within a matter of 6 minutes from like this short line to the door, he had to scuff down this cheesecake. And I honestly probably should have recorded that too, because that was really fucking funny. Like, this dude was just, like, destroying this cheesecake. And, like, the guards are, like, looking at him with their little glow sticks and shit. And they're like, hey. And he's just, like, destroying the cheesecake. But, so, yeah, we got inside, and then it was showtime, man. And like I said, like, the girls, they killed it, man. There's really nothing there's nothing I can compare it to, man. There's honestly nothing I can compare it to. I'm honestly a fan of the music anyway. And it was really different than what I thought it was going to be like. I thought that they were going to just be, doing songs off the new record, but they actually mixed it up and did like a lot of shit. Like a lot of some of the older records, a lot of the new stuff. They probably did like 75% of the album, but then they did like at least 2 songs from each of the other albums too. They've got like 7 albums, dog. Like that shit was crazy. Like it was actually crazy. And like the choreography was nuts and the production was nuts. Like the lights and the graphics and stuff. Like, one thing I can say from the show that happened that was really cool was they had these like I don't know how to explain it. So if you go to like an event, you know how they got like the big ass like posters, the tapestries, and it's set on like a block, and then there's like 2 metal pieces holding it together, and it's like a big ass like scroll. Like, you get what I mean? You ever seen one of those?
No.
Man, I don't know how to explain. All right, so imagine like a door, right? Imagine if you had a door and you put a door on like a sheet of wood, right? So like a sheet of wood, and you put a door upright. So like you can literally stand behind the door, but there's nothing there, right? See what I mean? Like you can like stand right behind the door on a plank, and that's it. You know what I mean? Do you get what I mean by that?
No.
No.
I'm so lost.
I don't know how to explain it, man.
I'm so fucking
all right,
lost.
look. All right, listen. Okay, cool. Let's say that you have a board.
Okay.
Like an actual square. It's perfectly square, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know how at like some beaches they have outside showers and shit, and they're just like curtains? It's like a curtain and a spout, right? You know what I'm talking about? Okay. So imagine you're on a board and the curtain is just on one side of the square, and you stand behind the curtain. Do you see what I mean now? Like everything else is exposed, just the front, there's a curtain, and you stand behind it.
I guess, okay.
Okay, so they had these contraptions where instead of a curtain, it was kind of like a shade. So it was like gray, and you can kind of see through it, but you can't. So I don't know what they had underneath. Like it was like either like fucking RC cars or some shit, or like some type of animatronic or something. But these things had fucking wheels on them, right? And they would like move around the stage and like spin around and shit. And like periodically they would get on them, and like the actual shade part would have graphics and shit on it. But there was a part that was really cool where like the graphic showed through the shade onto the backdrop, but then they had like cameras behind the shade, so it had them performing real time on like it was weird, man. You had to been there. You had to been there. I can't explain it. Like I honestly can't explain it, dog. The production was top notch, yo. Probably never gonna experience anything like that in my life again.
Unless you go see them in LA.
That's crazy. I could. I'm actually.
No, you can't.
You
can't.
It's sold out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Apparently, they're gonna be at Coachella. I might have. To
I'm
do
not
that.
surprised.
I might have to do that.
All right. Have fun smoking.
I'm not going to smoke. Like, I'm not going to smoke, but I could literally spend the entire podcast talking about my weekend and seeing the band, and I spent almost $200 on merch from them, and like, yeah, that's literally gonna be the highlight of my year, man. That sucks. It sucks that it's over. Oh well. Rip me.
We can go see Buckethead this weekend.
I'm not seeing Buckethead. Like the more when you first said so when he first suggested to me that we could go see Buckethead, right? I'm like, all right, I guess like it's something slight, it's near. That'd be dope, I guess. And then the more we talk about it, the worse it seems like. We're like,
yeah,
probably shouldn't see Buckethead. Probably should mess with Buckethead. Bro.
We probably shouldn't.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah,
So this is fans. This is fans.
That was my weekend, dog. Apparently, a lot of other shit was going on. There was a lot going on. For us to have such tame weekends, there's a lot of stuff going on. NCR was this weekend. Bum's birthday bash this weekend, which is crazy because I was right in New York. Like I could have like rolled through and said what's up to people and left. I had no clue that shit was going on this weekend.
Damn, that was Saturday too.
Yeah,
I thought it was just Sunday.
He did it all weekend. So I think he had I think he did like a pre-party on Friday that wasn't streamed or anything like that, and then Saturday they did like pools. So Saturday they had the event going on, and then Sunday was like the finals. Like he did like top 8s on Sunday and stuff.
So, I respect that. It's better than spending money to go to NCR.
I was gonna say, like, did anybody watch NCR or Bum's Birthday Bash? I watched a little bit of Bum's Birthday Bash, but did anybody keep up with NCR this past weekend?
I mean, anime got shitted on.
Yeah, I mean that's a staple. That's a staple at NCR. His anime always gets shitted on.
We are terrible podcast hosts because we don't watch shit.
I did catch a little bit of what game was that? Tekken
For
Tekken
NCR.
7. Yeah, and going into our conversation about last week, they had the shittiest of commentators. Like commentators that would talk shit about the players while they're playing.
That's actually a cancer. Now, are these notable like commentators that were commentating? Or they just
I
put
have
names
to
up there?
check. I think
if
it
it
was,
was like-
Spooky and somebody.
Wasn't he on there? Wasn't he on there with Rip? Was it Rip?
I don't know who that was. It was some older Asian guy.
Older Asian? Oh no, that's not Rip.
He's bald.
Bald.
Wow, that really
Yep, that really sums it up, bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know. I mean, honestly, I don't really mind Spooky's commentary. He's actually not that bad.
Oh yeah, I definitely forgot about the whole Tekken topic. That was actually the highlight of NCR for me because yeah, Spooky and Bronson commentary actually made top 8 for me because Spooky's commentary is all right. It's not bad, but it's not amazing. But it's definitely better than some people who think they're really good.
Yeah.
And then Bronson is OG, so Bronson will be, typical Bronson on the mic because he doesn't give two shits about what's going on.
Yeah, he definitely did.
So yeah, like I said, if anything, that top 8 commentary actually made NCR for me because everything else I didn't care for. I didn't really I watched top 8 Street Fighter, which it was all right. It was all right because of the play, but it definitely wasn't like better than top 8 commentary for Tekken.
Who won?
Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Tokido.
Yo, Tokido.
It came down. It literally came down the last round, last match.
Who
after-
was in grand
after
finals? It's Tokido
Punk
versus-
Tokido.
Yo,
Punk reset it,
Punk's
and then
on a tear, bro.
Punk. Yeah, he's back. He's back in form.
Damn.
Because he actually brought it back all the way to 2-2, and he honestly probably should have won, but he dropped like some things kind of dropped that probably shouldn't have dropped, and some things happened, and Tokido, was able to overall capitalize on a few more situations, but it really could have came down to either or. I think Punk probably should have won, but it just didn't turn out that way. But I mean, it was actually a really good grand finals.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, yo. Because I always thought the first time when Punk was on like his little streak, I kind of felt like he sold his soul or something. Like he made some type of deal with some demonic force, and they gave him the abilities that he could to react and whiff punish everything.
Mhm.
And then career-ending injury with the Evo thing, and he fell off for a little bit. And I don't know. You know what it might have been, dog? Punk might have gotten some chick pregnant and then offered the fetus to another demonic energy.
Excuse the fuck out of me.
And
So-
that's how he's back on his grind.
And
I think that's the only way, bro.
To be fair, though, man, to be fair, as a person who's played Karen in Street Fighter V, it's extremely easy to in my opinion, it's extremely easy to whip punish and hit confirm off of stand strong and low forward for Karen. Like you have days to confirm low forward into Tinko, and stand strong is just a wall of like it's a really good wall to whip punish buttons into Tinko.
You downplaying the alpha, bro.
No. I'm saying like Punk is definitely as a player, that Punk is definitely optimizing Karen's strengths, but I definitely am not going to sit here and say like Karen
this character's
like Karen definitely is like a Karen. Like she has a really good, amazing buttons. Like obviously her weakest thing is and like her anti-air game is garbage, but like it really doesn't even matter because Stand Fierce is okay. And then Punk was actually doing really good utilizing her target combo, her jump strong, jump fierce target combo for anti-airing, and they relatively played a ground game, and Tokido kind of went for demon flip mix-ups and whatnot, and Punk would either kind of like block, guess right by blocking, or just not be in the situation to deal with the guess, or he would just do the air target combo, and now you're back on the ground. So like, I mean, it was like I said, as a grand final for like that top 8 in general was really good, but that grand final was really good. I don't. It's kind of wild that people weren't really talking about it more because I actually thought it was really good, like worth talking about, but. People wanted to talk about announcements. But like that top 8 was actually really good for Street Fighter V.
That's what's up, yo. I know every game needs something like that, right? So if you remember way back when Marvel 3 was dying the first out of the 5 times it was dying, and like in M-Champ, it was about to die a lot. Like there were a lot of times where like, yo, this actually might be it, bro. Like there was a couple of times I could put my finger on it, but like the first time, right? And that's when Filipino Champ cooked up that whole beef with KBR and did the exhibition, and then
that was pretty bad.
Right, then he smoked him in the exhibition, but then in grand final or in that match in the actual tournament, KBR beat him to win the tournament. That breathed life back in the game for that. Like sometimes game needs pivotal moments like that to bring the fire back, because sometimes it gets really dull. Like you know what I mean? It can get kind of dull seeing the same shit like over and over again over a period of time. So. Sometimes matches can bring the fire back, and I can definitely respect that. And yeah, I can appreciate that. I can definitely appreciate it, especially from games that I don't even play. Like I can definitely appreciate that. I think the other example I could probably use is I'm trying to think of like awe-inspiring matches. They're like very few and far between now. But I don't think, well, I can't say that. I was about to say, I don't think it's a player-based issue. It actually might be. I feel like it's a player-based issue and a game issue. There's a lot to blame with that. There is a lot to blame with that. I don't know. That actually might be an interesting topic to talk about, yo. It kind of ties into one of my segments, actually, now that I think about it.
Let's get it.
All right. Do we want to discuss Bum's birthday bash at all? Before
Not
we get into
really.
this? Not really. You guys are good on that.
Shout out to Reno getting 7th. That's all I gotta say about it.
That's messed up, bro.
R.I.P. man. Shout out to
Hey,
Reno.
he got fucking.
Yeah,
Oh my
Shout out to Reno for being the best player I know.
No. Oh no. Nah, you can't. I mean, you can't really hold that on Reno though. He literally plays the "it be that way sometimes" game.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it because I don't care.
Yeah, that.
But I'm definitely every time I hear about BB Tag, man, I just get annoyed because I have to think about the shitty Hyde players.
You know what the crazy thing about BB Tag is? I actually thought about this when I was driving home from work like a day or two ago. I remember when they first announced BB Tag. Yeah, I was going to definitely talk about that, Chuck, but I'm going to wait on it.
That's Chuck.
Yeah. The crazy thing about BB Tag is I remember when they first announced it at EVO and how excited everybody was about it. Like I remember the feeling of glee.
Yeah, I
we were
remember
about to get
about that.
game. And then the game came out. And we're here now.
Yeah,
Like,
it's kind of crazy, right? It's like a complete 180.
It's I don't hate the game, but I
The expectations definitely didn't live up to what it
I
was.
definitely don't feel like how I felt when I first saw the game. I can definitely say that. And I kind of feel like it's not the execution of the game that brought that about. Like you can
It's
make
just
a game simplistic and not feel like how I feel about the game right now. I feel like it's totally possible, which links into our first discussion for tonight, our first topic. Son, we have done 50 minutes of show and just got to the first freaking topic.
Hey, that's on you.
That's not on me.
Good stuff.
Hey, you have to explain your amazing perfume weekend, which I'm cool with. You don't get that opportunity often. I understand. Just saying. I'm just letting you know.
I am not hijacking the podcast.
So would this actually be our second topic?
Yeah, this is our second topic.
Yeah.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. But all right, so this topic is a topic that was left off from last week, and a lot of stuff we've said ties right back into it. And it's so the current meta of games now, a lot of these games are easily accessible. So Street Fighter V as compared to like Third Strike, even a Street Fighter 4 is way more easily accessible for your general gamer. Same thing for BB Tag. I feel like Dragon Ball is pretty nubs. It doesn't really have a game that compares to it, but like off the gate as it was proposed, it is. Like even I could say Persona. Like Persona kind of was. It was pretty simplistic from like a beginner and entry level. It had deep parts to it, but a lot of these fighting games that are out now don't necessarily have a deeper side to them. A lot of the older fighting games do, where it's like there really isn't an entry level. Like you can do easy things in them, but there's a lot of really deep stuff in them. For instance, Marvel 2 had a really deep side to it. Third Strike had a really deep side to it. I could even say some of the Tekkens, like Tekken 5 DR had a really deep side to it. But it seems like the way that games are designed now, they force, or not, well, yeah, it's like 90% RPS. Like they're like encouraging it. Like they're like, okay, this is footsies, this is mix up, it's RPS. Like it's all about RPS and manipulating RPS. That's what these games are advocating. So what I say, or the topic I had was, do you think that as a community we benefit more from having these easily accessible and understandable games versus having a little bit more challenging, deeper, broader game on the horizon? And there's a lot of sides and factors that go to this, because you got to also think about, you know, the whole esports movement and stuff going on. Which of these do you think will be better for an esports format, so on and so forth? And how do you feel like the switch of these are affecting the scene? That's the question that I have from last week.
I'm a put my 2 cents in first. So
hold on, before you start, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Stream. I got the 4 different flavors of Game Fuel. Which flavor am I popping tonight? I got the blue, I got the yellow, I got the red, and I got the green. There is no white one. What are you talking about?
Get out,
Like,
man! Oh
like,
my god!
What,
The
white one? What I gotta mix all of the flavors together to get the white?
You get Captain Planet. Get the Captain.
I'm gonna mix
Planet.
all the flavors together, and it's gonna look like doo doo, bro.
It's
Like
gonna look
honestly,
like
it's gonna look brown. It's gonna be brown. I know it's gonna look. I'm not drinking doo doo. That's nasty.
Said doo-doo flavor.
The first person to give me an actual color that I named, I'm gonna pop that one. All right, that's not a color.
Yellow. I don't know what yellow is.
All right, I'm popping a blue one. All right, thank
Yeah.
you. All right, go ahead, EJ.
All right, so I started playing games in fucking 09, right? I'm an 09er. At this point, I am proud of it because I've been playing for a decade now, right? So I'm cool with it. Whatever, right? I never got to really play games that had like actual footsies. Like actual footsies. My footsies are okay because I've been practicing them in the games that have been made now. But like, I don't know what actual footsies are. Like Third Strike. I never played CVS. I never played, the classics. Like I've never played these games. So the fact that things were more accessible for me coming in to play games now, cool, whatever. I'm good at the games that are out right now. Had you put me in the same environment where I'm playing these older games, I would have got fucked a lot, and it goes on and on and on until I actually learn those footsies. That's the era you guys came in. I was a dance game player when we had the arcade, right? so I wasn't playing those games. That being said, I wish I got into it back then, but I can't go back. So I'm focusing on now. But the games we have right now are ass. They're fucking ass. Put it straight up. They are fucking terrible. Like, seriously. Like, BB Tag is really easy. Marvel 3 was really easy. SF5 super easy. It's fucking all these games are just really, really, really easy and accessible for all players. And then sometimes you even feel like the players are beating you because of the mechanics at some points. That being said, you feel like your footsies can be immaculate, right? You can been playing games since fucking Street Fighter 1, like some Sega Genesis shit. Who cares? And you can get outplayed by somebody who picks up the game yesterday and just has a better gimmick than you do. That's games now. You can't out footsie anybody. You can't oppose your will on somebody the way you want to because the game mechanics don't work in that favor.
So basically what you're saying is the games are involuntarily bridging the gap.
Yes.
Between player bases.
Yes. It's very involuntary because I know the people that have been playing games since the olden days, they want to show their experience that they have this execution, or not even execution, like they can perform at this level without anything, like how back in the day, like how Lud would just beat people using one button or something crazy like that, or like in Pocket Chains when they would try like the DP challenges just like you did to
Garland.
What was that? Garland. Yeah,
I literally beat him an entire game just uppercutting him.
You can't do that anymore. Because if you do that, you're gonna get fucked, like straight up. Yeah. You're gonna get bodied. That's not how games are anymore. You can't. You have to play against a system and the opponent picking whatever team or character they're trying to do. There's no more footsies. That shit's dead.
Yeah, I can definitely say that what you're saying is semi-apparent now. Because if you remember when Street Fighter V first came out, do you guys remember how roughed up Daigo got? Like, the gap got bridged so...
And he's been playing for how long?
So fast. And, like, he's just kind of now getting into, like, a comfortable spot with the game where he's, like, consistent at least. But, like, my man's was having a hard time with randos. Like, we're like,
I remember that.
Never heard of this dude before. And that's because of the way that Street Fighter V worked. It was imposing a RPS situation, and he just happened to be picking rock versus paper like 8 out of 10 times. Like, this is like when I was playing VV Tag, as literally it was like who could manipulate RPS and who could force it the most. So when you're playing against Ruby Gord, like the objective is to get you in an RPS situation and get you to guess wrong. So it puts you in an RPS situation where instead of you having to deal with just one person, you got to deal with two. So it's like you don't have just one person throwing rockets, you have two people throwing rock. So it's like even if you throw paper, that other rock is going to hit you because you can't cover both. Like, it's honestly what it turned into. And with like a lot of these other games, it's kind of the same too. It's force your will and see what happens there. Now, granted, there is definitely a higher level in these games. I can definitely say there's a higher level in Dragon Ball. I can definitely say there's a higher level in BB Tag and Street Fighter V accordingly. But you generally don't get to see the really high level play until a top 8, if not top 6.
Like, I feel like that's for a lot of games now.
Yeah.
Like you just kind of on stream and you see people on stream and they're just kind of doing stuff unless they're known.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts, yo. But I would definitely. There's one thing I will disagree with you with. I definitely feel like footsies still exist. I don't feel like the game movement, as far as being a more simplistic game, has eliminated footsies. You can't really get rid of those. Those are still always going to be a thing. Like, it's just the way fighting games are designed. You'll always have footsies. But when it comes to RPS and priority systems, that's whack. Like, because a lot of them don't act the way they should anyway. It's just, I don't know. All right, so a good example I can give you, right? The combos and BB Tag are amazingly easy. It's literally like A, then like assist, then like A. And then you can possibly do like a super or like cross combo stuff or whatever, which is also pretty easy. Bread and butter that you would do doing auto combos versus a bread and butter, like there are actually like combos that require execution in the game. But the reason nobody does them is because you're not really getting that much of a reward for going for something that you're more than likely going to drop. Like if you do these crazy combos that have a higher difficulty to them, an execution barrier, you're getting maybe an extra 100 damage. Maybe like a sliver of meter. Or a lot of times they don't even do as much damage as the auto combo. There are legit auto combos that are doing more damage.
Talk about BB tag.
Yeah, than executionally heavy combos. That makes no sense to me. So basically, what
That's
you're telling
that's
me
what
is,
I don't like about Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
It's just like, yo, like, why are we doing all this crap? And I could just do auto combo and I could do half life.
what I like about Dragon Ball is that I feel like there's no personality in the game. Everybody does the same thing.
There isn't now. I see everyone complaining about how everyone just kind of got normalized. So everyone's kind of doing the same thing now.
Yeah,
instead of
everybody.
being-
It's been like that for a while, in my opinion. It's not just
Yeah.
because people have been playing the tiers. Like all the characters, like they keep adding characters, but they do the same things as characters that are already in the game. There's no
Yeah.
variety. Like I can actually say for games like Blaze Blue, that's really intricate because everybody's drive is different and everybody has a different game plan. Granted, there are characters that are similar that kind of have the same game plan, but they have different tools to do it. Dragon Ball is not like that. You got like 4 people with the same exact tools. That doesn't
Right.
make sense to me. You know what I mean? But I guess it goes hand in hand with the simpler like mindset with games and stuff. It's like, you know, we're not going to make them too intricate because it's going to discourage people from playing the character or playing the game. So, you know, it's whatever. But at the same time, it's like a game loses a little bit of its flair doing that. Like it,
Yep.
it definitely does, yo. Like it definitely does. How do you guys feel like for as far as like, so we have these simpler games now versus, you know, more executionally heavy games and games with a little bit deeper meta. How do you feel like that affects the tournament scene? Do you feel like these games are better for the scene, or do you feel like it's worse?
I feel like they're. I don't know, man. I feel like sometimes they're better, but then they're worse because people can't really like take BB tag for instance. Like at higher levels, I think it's an alright game because there's a lot going on. You know, there's a different type of game plan, different meta that goes on when it's higher up like that. Low level, it's kind of whatever, but it still doesn't change the fact that, you know, the game's basically kind of dumbed down to be easier to be accessible for everyone. And in my opinion, it's kind of, I think it's kind of boring. So what kind of makes me like the game at least is the fact that, you know, you got to worry about meter management. You got to worry about baiting out tag bursts. Even though I don't really care too much for it, but you got the cross combos, all the, you know, stuff like that. They kind of add to it. But I don't think that's enough for me to be like, yeah, I really like this game as opposed to like Blaze Blue or Under Night, where they have all, you know, they have the same thing where you have to worry about meter management and the game mechanics and stuff like that. On top of still being a relatively difficult game at high level. You know, like BB tag, you can literally get by just doing auto combos and, you know,
Yes, you can.
whoop-de-doo, right? Like that's, you know, if I wanted to do that, I would just play dive kick, which I would have a better time playing because, you know, that game literally is 2 buttons. Everything's one hit kill. And at that point, you're really getting by on your neutral and your spacing, which, I mean, I'm fine with that. And I don't look for that in BB tag, in my opinion. Like, I don't really want to go for that game personally like that.
Yeah, that's not the game that you would pick up for that type of experience. I think it's a double-edged sword. Like Chuck kind of hit it right on the nose for me. The newer age games are good for competition because more people feel like they have a chance.
Yep.
Granted,
That's the biggest
yeah,
thing.
like granted, those people that are skilled at fighting games are still going to excel at the easier games. So a lot of times it ends up being the same type of outcome where like the same people we expect to be top 16, top 8 are going to make it anyway, but
True.
it's a lot closer than what it was
Yes.
before. A lot of these matches, I won't say that these players look like they're struggling, but it's not as free as it was before because of the way that the games act, and there's like an added factor of randomness because of the RPS situation. You know, you happen to guess wrong, it's like you guess wrong and you guess wrong hard. Like you get hit hard for it now. Like a lot of these games are really high damage. You know what I mean? Like amazingly high damage. So it's like I don't know. Like from that standpoint, as far as boasting numbers for competition, it is a good thing. Another thing is from a viewer standpoint. So if you got to think about it, right? You got a casual stream viewer that have never watched a fighting game before, and you can even like compare that to the whole argument thing that happened with the CS:GO community when they were saying fighting games are just button mashers. Like to the naked eye, that's what it is. Like it's mashing buttons, you know. But I mean that's a whole other conversation in itself because technically every video game is mashing buttons. But
That's true.
but these easier accessible games make it better for the casual audience to understand what is actually going on in the game. Like it's a lot easier for them to understand instead of it being like a clusterfuck. So like if I were to pull up like a match of high level Marvel 2 right now and put it on the stream and have somebody that's never seen that shit before, they're gonna have no clue what's going on. Because I remember that's kind of what got me into fighting games. I walked in the arcade, I saw Marvel 2 for the first time, I saw the colors and shit and the characters jumping around and stuff, and I was like, yo, this seems awesome. And I started playing it, and I started to really hate the game. But
Shout out to Matt Chapman.
you know, but no, he didn't play that.
Shout
But
out to
anyway,
Matt Happy.
I don't even know who that guy is, man. I don't know. Oh my god. Anyway, from a casual perspective, it's a lot easier to follow what's going on. So from an esports standpoint, it's a good thing too. The problem with it is, the downside to that is, as Chuck was saying before, it gets boring. It gets really boring. Games that require higher execution and have deeper underlying like mind games instead of just simple RPS makes watching games way more interesting, and it also makes a feeling of tension, like a deeper tension. Like I'll watch like close matches now and I don't feel that sense anymore of like tension. Like it's already tension between the players. Like players are going to feel that. We're not going to feel that as an audience. But if a game has enough I don't know how to put it, has enough behind it, like as far as a deeper metagame, as far as a deeper execution barrier, like we're gonna feel that tension too. We're gonna be on the edge of our seats. It's been a long time since I've seen a set or a match where I'm like literally on the edge of my seat. Like a lot of times it's just like, yeah, this is probably how it's gonna go.
Well, what's the
And it
last
goes
game
that
you
way.
felt like that with? That's the big question.
Probably BB.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I think the last one I felt that with was Galileo Dogura at Evo.
Yo, Dogra, he spilled the beans on that one, bro.
Yeah,
That
that's why
was his game.
He let that go.
that's what had me at the edge of my seat though.
You
But
let
that's
that
a
go.
complex game though. That's a very complex game.
That's why a lot of people aren't playing and they're playing BB Tag instead.
And I was actually about to hit on that, Greg. Thank you very much for mentioning that. Because as you were saying, you know, the BB tag community is finding it easy to do X, Y, and Z with the game. You know, they got cross combo. It's flashy as hell. It's super easy. Everybody's buying it because, you know, it's because of those factors. Now, you take BBCF, Central Fiction, and you break that game down all the way down to its core. Even, let's say you barely scratch the surface, it might just seem like it's too much for you off the break. And that being said, you know, that can actually drive a lot of people away from it. So that's all I was going to get at.
Nah, I definitely agree with that because I've been saying this for at least the past year and a half. It's come to the point in its life cycle where BB needs to be rebooted. They need to stop the franchise where it's at right now, start over with a like 8 to 10 character game, and just, you know, start over. Because like right now the roster's at like over 30 characters.
It's a lot of
You know what I
matchups.
mean? That's a fuck ton of matchups. And then it's like a lot of these characters are high execution. You know what I mean? So you got to worry about that too. And it's just a lot of situations stuff. You got a lot of options. There's a lot of information to process and understand. So, and it can be a lot. It can be very overwhelming and discouraging for a player. So it's like if you've got something like that being offered to you versus something like BB Tag, like, you know,
You're going to pick tag any
you do
day.
the math. You know, you do the math with that. You know, it's a no-brainer. You know, it's like me coming up to somebody and proposing and being like, hey, real talk, I can give you $500,000 right now. Or for the next 20 years of your life, you could work for me. And you can
I said, nope.
and you can make $1 million over the course of 20
Said, give me that money now.
People are going to take the money. They're going to take the lump sum. That's the
Or
lottery. You know what I mean?
Even shorter one. Hey, man, you trying to play some checkers or some chess?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. Yeah, because, I mean, that's actually a really good analogy. Actually, a really good analogy because checkers can get kind of complex too, but it's fairly
can.
simple. It's
Yeah.
fairly simple compared
Yes.
to chess. Chess,
Anybody can play it. Anybody can hop on,
Yes,
learn the rules.
yes.
It's so simple. But you sit down and try to learn chess for 5 minutes, that shit becomes overwhelming, and you might not even want to do it
wanna
again.
play the game. Yeah. Chess gets deep, man. That's honestly the perfect example of what's going on with games right now.
Yep.
Whereas older games,
Everything is fucking
a
checkers.
game of chess, and all these games now are checkers. Damn, is this why I'm not liking games right now?
That's exactly why. That's exactly why you're not liking games. Because
They
look,
checkers and not chess.
not even that. Okay, Greg, this is my thing. Even if people are making like games that are just checkers now, and we're not getting any more chess games, why not have a hybrid? Why not take some things from over here, some things from over here, and just put them together? Like, we're not getting that at all. And people said, oh, DB has deep mechanics. No, it doesn't. I played the fuck out of that game for the first 6 months of his lifetime, and I realized that game is ass. That game is straight ass.
Nah, I definitely don't think. I mean, there are definitely deeper points to Dragon Ball, but I wouldn't say to a chess level. It's not.
Fuck
that hard.
no.
It's definitely not that hard.
Yeah.
I could even say that Guilty Gear is a harder game than Dragon.
I will agree with that 100%.
Like, I'll say that. That's no slight towards Guilty Gear. But
No, it is.
it is.
Yeah.
I respect GG players versus
I'm drawing up smoke.
anybody else at this point.
Yeah. No, that's actually
GG and BB players.
the perfect analogy. Do you think that it? All right. So you're saying to make a hybrid, right? Where you
Yeah.
basically combine both styles of gameplay into one mega game.
Yes.
Do you think it's possible for developers now, or do you think that they're just being lazy?
I think it'll be a drawback to the point where people won't even support that because everything has been so easy up until this point. Marvel Infinite was easy. Marvel 3 was easy. BB Tag is easy. All these games now, Dragon Ball is definitely easy. Anybody can play that game. I just feel like I know they want the sales to boost because fighting games can be overwhelming. I understand that. They were very overwhelming for me when I first got in. I got bodied a lot first started. But as I progressively got through it, it becomes easier. Just like with anything else, just play the game. I can't pick up CS:GO and play, an MLG right now or fucking ESL. I can't do that. But fighting games are just like that. It just has that stigma where they're just so hard. You're gonna get fucked from the get-go, and you don't play anymore. So they're making it more casual, so people will buy the game maybe for the story mode, for the costumes that come out. Oh, Vegeta's in this game. I love Vegeta. Let me buy fucking Dragon Ball. I love this guest character, Ruby, which is, by the way, is a very strong selling point for BB Tag. And the fact that it's easy just makes it even better. I like Ruby a lot. Let me buy this game. And it's just, I understand it from a marketing standpoint. I get it. I understand it. But I just feel like the competitive side is being left out 100%.
Right.
100%.
I feel like that's the point I was getting at, for this discussion, was that honestly with games now, I could even say, well, nah, I won't say that for MOBAs and stuff because they're definitely thinking about competitions.
Oh, they're
For
definitely. They even have
fighting games,
seasons.
For fighting games, at least, they are not thinking about us,
No.
competitors. It's definitely marketing towards the more casual gamer. We're just like a plus. We're like, all right, so after we've sold our units,
Yeah,
these
we
people
they
will
know
continue-
we're gonna buy it.
Right, exactly. After we sold the units, these people are going to continue to support the game and buy the DLC when we release it, But I feel like even with BB Tag, they knew it was going to strike hard, but I kind of feel like they underestimated the Ruby community. That community is fucking huge, bro. Huge. I even underestimated it. I didn't realize how many people like that show. There's a lot of people.
That was a
that are,
whole selling point.
Diehard Ruby fans. But yeah, from a marketing standpoint and from an economical standpoint, it'd be kind of dumb for these developers to make these games not as accessible as they were before because of the stigma. It's definitely a thing,
Stigma's there, and it's forever gonna stay until another 10 years from now when they realize, oh, these games are accessible because Leffen's playing games. He played Smash.
Right.
Blah 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 blah, and they'll just keep going from the players and that speak on it. But it's like all the people that picked up Uni recently. They seen how hard that game was, and I don't know if a lot of them are even sticking with it. Stuff like that.
I kind of feel like a lot of people that have been playing it are still playing it. Because
I can only speak on a few like that.
The initial buzz that got created after it was announced for Evo has died down, but like when I'm on my TL and stuff, I still see like videos of
Those
BB
same
coming
people.
up.
Yeah.
Because the way my TL's designed, it's a lot of like BB players and stuff. So a lot of BB stuff will come out of my TL, like BB news and stuff. But like a lot of the news that comes out of my TL involving fighting games now is like 80% Eunice. Like period.
Got it.
So like that's like the dominant game right now. This is just the wave. But yeah, man. It's just really good, you know, economically for these companies, like amazingly. So they're gonna do what they have to do. Now, I'll ask you this. So as of now, I kind of feel like it went down a little bit. So like in 2009, when Street Fighter 4 came up, it was a huge boom in the FGC. Like the FGC was a lot smaller than what it was after 2009 when Street Fighter 4 came out. It just grew like exponentially. Yeah. It was huge, right? And then that went on for, you know, the course of like, you know, 5 to 6 years. And then we had Street Fighter 5 come out and it boomed again, but it wasn't as big as the 2009 boom. Like, if that makes sense, like kind of like an actual Sonic boom, like no reference, where like the first pierce of the atmosphere is like huge. And then like when you hit enough G's, you hit that second one. It's not as big as the first one, but it's still kind of big. That's where we're at now. Do you feel like with where we're at with the FGC now, like we have the numbers and such, do you feel like it's time for a developer, like they could do well putting out a more complicated game? Do you feel like people would give it the light of day?
I feel like they
No.
tried. So no, definitely not.
I feel like they might actually be able to get away with
Like,
it.
what was
I
that
think they
game?
definitely could.
There's been a few games like that. Greg, help me out on this. Rising Thunder was one. I don't know how complex it was, but I heard it was hard.
It's not
That
complex.
shit
It
was
wasn't?
not complex, bro. It
It
was
wasn't
literally
that
a fighting
complex.
game with cooldowns, dog.
Yeah. It was one button normal
Yeah.
and one button specials. Like it was a really good game. A really good game, but like it definitely wasn't like extra complicated.
Somebody tried to break it down and was like, "Oh, it's hard." What's that thing that's always at Evo? That one game. I heard they were trying to make that more complex as well.
King of Fighters.
No.
Oh,
Yikes.
that's-
This ain't Mexico. Anyway,
Oh!
Anyway.
That's a conversation in itself, bro. I don't even want to start with King of Fighters.
What's that?
fuck, what's that company?
What's that
if
shit
I-
that's
if
on
I-
Xbox?
If I pull it up, I know it's like they have that chick as the main character. She got this white dress on and yellow hair. I can't think of the game.
Oh, you're talking about Fate.
Is that game hard?
Fate?
Fate's extremely hard.
Yeah, you're talking about Fate Unlimited codes? That's just mad hard.
It's an old game.
Yeah, it's always at Evo though.
That game's hard. H&K, Fate, them games are hard, man.
Yeah, I just
I mean,
I
You
just feel
gotta-
like it's not
gotta learn
coming
the
back.
infinite.
Yeah, they busted, but they hard.
Yeah, those games are hella busted.
Yeah, it's never coming back. We're probably never getting that. But I feel like if they try
Unlimited
it,
meat
we
work.
just gotta see. We just
I
gotta
feel
see.
like we're at a point now as a community where like enough people are playing these like more simplistic games that there's more of a draw for them to come out with I wouldn't say like a completely difficult game, but a slightly deeper game, a slightly harder game, and people would actually give it the light of day.
I mean,
I
you
kinda
could
feel like-
literally, you could literally do that with Fate. Fate's
Right.
in a prime spot.
Because what
To
I'm saying
make money.
is you could release a game, right? Like these developers have so much pull that if you release a slightly harder game and slap the logo of another franchise on top of it, people will give it the light of day. If
Yeah,
we
they'll
come out
try it.
with Street Fighter 6 and Street Fighter 6 is harder than Street Fighter 4 was, there's enough Street Fighter players that are going to support it that it would stand on its own. Now, it's good for us competitively because we know the FGC is going to do it. They're going to make that jump, but I can actually see the downside of that. The general consumer is going to be like, man, this is hard as shit. Not supporting this anymore. But they would sell another copy. But the thing about that is once that happens, when they come out with the game after that, people won't support it because they remember what the last game was like. Damn, that's tough. It's actually a really tough argument.
Chuck's right. They could have done it with Jump Force.
They
But-
could have. Honestly, man, Jump Force could have done way better than it was. Honestly, you could have just made that like a
It's not
a
fighter.
console version of Jump Stars
That
for the
shit is-
DS.
That shit is literally an arena fighter, bro.
Yeah,
Like-
but it's
Yeah, I don't know
really-
why they did
You
that.
know what Jump Force could have been, man? Jump
Could have been a
Force,
fighting game.
Jump Force could have been better to Cydia with good netcode, but
Yeah,
they
it could've.
dropped the ball on everything.
Kingdom Hearts
Son, the
fighter.
art is terrible. The
They
art is
dropped-
fucking
they
so
dropped
bad.
the ball
I think
on
Infinite looks better.
everything.
Holy
No,
shit.
that's actually.
Are you
that's a
kidding me?
That's a really
No,
far.
what?
That's a really far stretch.
I ain't reaching on
Jay.
that shit.
You
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
like
yeah.
hold on, so
I'm
you
gonna have
don't
to pull
like
up
the
some
the real world interpretation of the animated characters.
Shit looks awesome.
That shit reminds me of
Trash.
DMC5, bro.
I
'Cause
like.
I'm not a
that's
fan
like-
of I'm not a fan of the DMC5 art style. It kind of reminds me of that.
I
think
think that's kind of going too far.
I think MK is our last
That's pretty
savior.
accurate.
MK is our last savior.
Mortal Kombat.
I think so.
I feel like you're putting way too many eggs
Yeah,
in
I
the
think
basket,
you
my
are
friend.
definitely on some.
Hold on, hold on, hold on,
Granted,
hold on.
Okay. Granted, before I let you get your rocks off, right? I do feel like Ed Boon is taking care into the approach of how he wants people to access the game. I will definitely say that because he took the run out, so he's trying to get the players to be more focused on like a more footsie based like gameplay type style.
And that's what I was getting at.
He's slowing the game down, so I can
That's what I was
respect
getting
that. I could definitely respect that.
Don't change the fact it's still
It's
Mortal
Mortal
Kombat.
Kombat. Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
I was about to
I
say-
agree with that, but you have to listen. You have to hear me out. You have to hear me out. I know it's MK. We don't fuck with NetherRealm. I understand that.
I mean,
But-
I like 10.
I'm
Tim's
just
alright.
saying. I'm just
Like
saying. I'm just saying. I can't even say it no more. Y'all are trolls.
What?
Like,
Finish
the game-
it.
The
We
game-
just
like
stopped
Ed
you
is
before you
Ed is
even wasted
listening
breath.
to his fan base. Ed is listening and he's taking everything into consideration. He's
Arc
testing the
system
game out.
listens to
And
Arc.
before anything even came out, he's testing it with competitive players. Like that's respectable.
Okay, cool.
He has them
But-
in mind from the get go.
But he did the same thing for Injustice 1 and 2 and MK10.
Them games were trash.
Now what?
Y'all remember Deadshot?
I mean, that
Hey,
character
we don't
was,
talk
that
about
character
that.
was fair. All you had to do was block.
He said with the red, the blue, and the
We gonna
green
check you out,
bullets
We
for
gonna check you
killing
out,
more bitches. Let's go, dog.
We don't talk about that.
Oh my god.
That character didn't exist.
Son, I love Deadshot, man. He was making everybody tight. That joint.
Him,
Oh,
Aquaman,
man.
and who else? There was a few characters. Everybody was getting tight.
Are you
Son.
serious? Do you remember fucking Injustice 1 Superman? That man had a
Superman
one
was-
frame,
yo,
This was awesome. No, that was
yo,
fair.
full
It's
screen
Superman.
This
Super with
dude-
armor.
KDZ was eating off some Superman, bro. They had this man like he was like top 5 MK player, bro.
Remember, you remember Superman Matt Stevens?
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah,
That-
Matt Stevens is such a fucking gimmick.
That,
I
that,
don't-
was-
man.
I would never
don't disrespect the
get
Lord
over.
like that.
I would never get over the fact of watching CEO top 8 of Injustice 1 and my man KDZ is fighting Rico Suave. My man Rico Suave just went back to character select screen because my man was stopped with super. What can
You can't do anything.
you do? You can't do anything. You have no help. My man had to literally just get him the round. He had to give him the game.
My man Ice Breath was plus, bro. What the fuck?
Said,
No,
he said 1, 2, ice
two,
breath.
ice breath.
1, 2.
Oh man,
What a big
that,
up.
that
What
shit
a
was
big
great.
up.
That shit was fucking great.
Some characters
man.
actually couldn't do anything. They just let him push him out.
So I love NetherRealm games for that cheesy ass dumb shit, bro. Like when Aquaman was bodying fools on Injustice 1, and it was only funny because of the dumbass clank that the pole made, bro. That shit was great. Black Adam, he's going
Black Adam,
ham,
yo, free
he's going
chip.
ham on people, yo.
Black
My man
Adam with
Sonic
his
Fox
chip.
was river dancing on his opponents, man. Just river dancing on them.
Like,
bro.
yo, hold on. Let me activate my trait real quick. Take
Oh
the
my
street
God.
chip.
That shit is great, bro. Yeah. So I mean,
Don't
I
forget
feel
also
like-
Sinestro, too.
Yeah,
Sinestro
that-
with his combo breaker trait.
son. Fucking yo, NetherRealm game. So granted, I see where EJ is coming from with what he's saying, but you might be reaching, bro, because these games be coming out hella busted, like hella dog. And I expect MK11 to be no different. This dude Sonic Fox is gonna get that game like a week early and figure out some dumb shit, and then the community's gonna have to deal with it. You know what I mean?
He figured out some dumb shit in the beta.
It is now, yeah. They're just gonna have to deal with it, bro.
You see, he already called out Perfect Legend.
Yeah, that was kind of funny though. I feel like it's like beating up on like a hobo now. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah,
fun.
right. Yeah, like
Because
you got
Perfect
gotta
Legend,
let him die.
he's just existing, bro. He ain't trying to like, he don't want no smoke. So why you keep, you know what I mean? Why you bringing up bad memories and shit? He's like a war vet now. He already been through Vietnam, bro. Why you keep bringing up the flashbacks, trying to give him PTSD, dog? We've been through it, Sonic Fox. Jesus. That shit's OD, man. When does MK drop? Cause I guess the
It's in
beta's
this
out
month.
now.
It's in this month, April 23rd, I believe.
Okay, cause like yeah, I'm seeing mad people play it, but I guess it was the beta, yo.
The beta was over the weekend.
Mm-hmm. Like I saw people playing that shit on Wednesday, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
bro.
I
I'm
think
like,
I remember how long the beta lasted, but primarily it was over the weekend that I saw a lot of MK clips. A lot of people talking about MK. Like Ultra David was like shilling the hell out of it.
yeah, we know how that goes. Pay that
Baraka's
to the
top
boys.
tier.
Yeah,
Ah.
Sonic Fox is saying Baraka is like
Are
really
you
strong.
serious, bro?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
saying right now he's like best character in the beta.
God damn.
good.
last time you
Baraka
heard
was
of- yeah, I was
fucking
about to say.
trash.
Yeah, Brock has never been like good.
Good.
So
Baraka
like,
was like actual ass. Like
Yeah,
that
he's never
character
been
was
good.
terrible.
I'm trying to think the last time I even heard about that character. I forgot he was in the
Two.
game, bro.
MK2. I think
Yeah.
wait, well, he was in 10, I think, but like again,
Yeah, he was in the game, but nobody was playing that.
Nobody
game.
played
You
him.
heard, you heard about Kano more than
My
Baraka.
man Chuck said, "Fuck Barack."
Barack Obama.
Son.
Bardock Obama.
Bardock Obama.
Oh shit.
I'm about to
he
play
said,
Dragon Ball.
Fuck Barack.
I get to play my man Obama, bro. That's what's up. That's what's up.
I just pictured the hate behind Chuck when he said it.
He said, "Man,
He
fuck,
even had great.
fuck Barack."
Like, I don't know, man. You need to be worried about Deadshot.
Yo, he ain't coming
bring
back.
Bring him back, man. I'm gonna need that. Son, people were legit mad for like 2 months. They were trying to ban him.
yeah, I
They were
remember
trying to
that.
ban- Son, that's OD, man.
I
When a
remember
character is that tilting, that is great. That
It
is
didn't
so
take long.
great.
That man
Oh,
Deadshot
my
literally
goodness.
just full screen, just chipping you. You just like, what you gonna do about
That
this?
shit was the day one tech, like, yo,
Yeah.
and these dudes, see, you know what, Deadshot did? Deadshot exposed people that didn't have no fucking footsies. That's what he did, yo.
Those type of
People-
characters I love seeing because like
It's great. It's so great.
People think they hot shit, and then they run into that shit, and they're just like, yo, how do I deal with this?
Oh, did he have a guy like Anti-Air?
He had a
Deadshot?
gun.
Yeah, he had a gun, bro. You wasn't jumping.
I like that answer.
Yeah.
He had a gun, that answer.
He's,
What do you mean?
he's basically a Chicago native.
Right, yeah, you
My
wasn't,
man
you wasn't jumping on no gun, dog.
Yeah,
You were
my
taking
man
shit to get in
was
regardless
actually
of how you
strapped
gun.
up all the
Yeah,
time.
you weren't jumping on no gun. It was literally like the 2B joint that Aegis does. You know, where she just shoots the bullets. You're like, damn, I cannot jump on this hoe, man. What the hell? Yo, that shit's great though.
Yeah,
I love characters like that, bro. That's literally like the Mai effect, bro. She ain't got nothing too crazy, but you know what I
She'll
mean.
bust
She'll like
your ass.
she'll expose people that ain't got no fucking footsies.
True.
Like, you're gonna be running into shit. Yeah, that's always the best. That's always the best, yo. Wow, that was a pretty good topic. Pretty good topic. That
You have to save it for next time.
finishes up. Yeah, that finishes up the topic from last week. All right, so what do I got now? We got about almost a half hour show left. The topics that I have now are. All right, so what? All right, so we're gonna do the same thing we did last week. I'm gonna let you guys steer the show with the topics. I got. How far can a game go before being irredeemable? So my thing is, it's like the way that question is, how bad can a game be, like, without or even getting patched, and it is what it is before you're done with it? That's that question. Like, how far can a game go? And then the other question I had was, or the other topic was that so when you guys are on the fence about something, or let's say that like tomorrow, right? Let's say that Activision comes out and these dudes are like, Call of Duty ain't hitting no more. We done with that. We about to start doing fighting games. We about to release
No.
this new joint.
Right.
Yeah, he's already. Oh no. Yeah, they're like, yeah, we done with that.
They
gotta
said
start-
in order to unlock your 5A, you gotta pay us
Right.
200 COD points.
Yo,
This
yo,
is the EA,
man.
bro. Oh my
Yo,
god.
can I finish the discussion point?
I'm sorry,
man?
I had to.
Jesus, man. We're not even talking about that. Stop. It could have been anybody, man. I should have said Activision. That was a bad description. But don't think about it that way. Don't think about the developer. The developer does not matter in this, okay? They're just putting it out. Don't worry about them.
All right.
When a new game comes out, what does the game have to have for you to take it seriously? And with the points that you come up for that, what order of importance would you put them? So out of those two topics, which one would you guys rather discuss?
Damn, they're both pretty good. I like both. I'm gonna let them decide because I like both. I'll talk to you.
Okay, so one of them was how bad is a game before I drop it?
Like, how bad is the game before, like, you don't not only drop the game, but you're done with the developer? Like, you're like, I'm
Oof.
never doing this again.
Yeah, I'm pretty complacent when it comes to games, so they could literally like steal money out my wallet, and I'd probably be all right with it.
They already did, Nick. They already did.
I mean, what am I?
You have to get the
What-
COD
You
points.
guys y'all gotta choose y'all gotta choose a topic, bro. You can't start talking about it. Like, between the two, bro.
I guess the first topic.
Okay,
I'm down for the first.
Next one,
Greg?
all right, so that's already 2 out of 4, bro.
Oh, Anthem. Yeah.
I told you I don't care. It's up in the air. So if Greg says 2, we'll toss it.
What's the topics again?
You're not even listening. Get him out of here.
All right, so the first topic is how far can a game go before it's irredeemable? So it's like before you're done with the game, you're done with the franchise, you're done with the publisher, the corporation, like period. So that's the first topic we could talk about. The second topic was when you're looking at taking a game seriously, like a brand new game you've never heard of comes out, right? What does the game have to have in order for you to take it seriously? And of the points that you come up with to take the game seriously, what is the most importance in the order?
Y'all chose the latter, right?
They chose.
I chose both, so it's up to you.
EJ honestly doesn't care. Nick said the first discussion point. So I guess you're kind of like the tiebreaker.
Let's just go with the first one.
All right, so we're going to talk about the first one then. So I will save the other topic for another time. All right, so how far can a game go before it's irredeemable? For instance, example, when Street Fighter 4 came out, we got like 6 different versions of that game. Like 7 of them. 6 or 7 different versions, and people stuck with them. Now, throughout the versions, there was definitely fall off, and there was add on. So there are people that played Street Fighter 4 when it launched that definitely were not playing it by the time Ultra came out. You know what I mean? And they dropped the game for whatever their reasons may be. How much are you guys willing to put up with these developers?
I definitely think I've lost the tolerance as years have gone by, mainly thanks to Street Fighter 4. I don't even know, man. Like usually after like the first 2.5 years, if we're like getting updates like Street Fighter 5, or I gotta rebuy the game again, which BlazBlue was notorious for. It varies, man, because like for Street Fighter, that first season is still, in my opinion, probably one of the better seasons out of the 4 that we have right now. And I tolerated it to midway of season 3. And I don't know, man. I really don't know. I really don't have an actual answer for this one because I primarily would just play fighting games. I'll play it. If there's people playing it, I'll play it. If I enjoy it, I'll keep playing it. But like over the past few years, I really haven't had anything that's like, say, out of the games that have constant versions. I can only really think of like Street Fighter and BlazBlue that are like the games that I've actually played and just kind of kept playing and just hope that they got better. I don't know how. I wouldn't say I'd be done with them because, I think you have to screw up to actually learn for improvement in the future. It's just a matter of actually showing that you're improving, and that's, I think, is the biggest disconnect right now.
Right.
Is that they'll show some improvement somewhere, but then they leave like the 90% of the other things that they're supposed to improve in. So they improve in like 1 or 2 areas of a game or a character, but then they don't help anyone else out. Or they don't actually address the other issues that are like really there. It just addressed the loudest issues. So like getting new versions and nothing changing, in my opinion, doesn't really do anything because, we're technically still playing the same game.
It's like it's not even like a 2-step forward, like 3 steps back situation. It's like you're just at a crossroads.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like, what do I do now?
Yeah, that's kind of stagnant. My example I'm gonna give with that is like I'm gonna say extreme, where like I'm done with like an entire developer is EA. They're canceled for me. They're done. These dudes killed Titanfall. I still don't, you know what I mean? I still don't forgive them for that. But like the shit that these dudes pull in the games that they produce and release and all that, I will not give them any more of my fucking money. As far as franchises go, Resident Evil has been canceled by me.
Damn.
I'm done. They can come out with 8, 9, Anthology 6, Resident Evil Leon limited edition may cry. I'm not buying any of that shit. Like I'm
like that actually sounds like a good version.
That franchise after the recent one, what was the last one that came out? 7?
2.
7? No,
2?
not
Newest,
that. No,
newest.
I'm talking about like
2?
the franchise.
Oh, 7? Yeah, 7.
Well, I guess 2. I didn't play that shit, but I didn't play 7
Hey, it's
either.
definitely
But
downstairs.
when they released 7, I was done. Like I was fucking done, because I'm not gonna put up with Capcom's antics anymore. Like,
What do you mean antics?
I can't do it, man. I can't.
It was a good game.
So I'm gonna add to this. You see how, in order for us to say such and such is a good game, You see how we're talking about a game that came out 20 years ago?
That's crazy, right?
Oh
And
yeah,
that's,
RE.
that,
Yeah.
and that's exactly why I can't support
Yeah.
it, because they're reciprocating old ideas and
They're
making
doing
us pay
like
for
what
it.
Hollywood's doing with
Yeah, yeah.
movies.
And they're making us pay for it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The movie industry. Do we really need an international version of Men in Black?
Hell
Like,
yes.
yikes. Anyway,
Yeah, that's a big yikes. That trailer looked like ass. I'm sorry.
I am the biggest fan of Tessa Thompson, but I will not be giving her my money to watch that pile of
No.
shit. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I can't. I literally can't, man. And I'm not going to sit here and pay money to play a game that I played 10 fucking years ago. Like, I'm good on that.
To
And,
be
you know,
fair, to add to the EA, I've been doing EA since they fucking killed EA big.
No, I respect that. I respect
So.
that. Some of us have had more tolerance than others. They got me with Titanfall, bro. They got me with that. And Battlefield. But I'm done on that. I don't do that shit no more. I think,
You want a copy? I got one.
nah, I'm good.
I
on
got two actually.
The last Battlefield I played was Battlefield 4, and after that, I was Gucci. I'm like, I'm never playing this shit.
Like Sega's honestly close to it. The only thing that's really keeping me on board with Sega is Yakuza, honestly.
I was about
'Cause-
to say Shenmue.
yeah, because PSO2 was like my breaking point for Sega. But then like, and then Yakuza, like they finally learned and wised up on Yakuza, and they started actually understanding that America wants Yakuza. So now they're like rolling out Yakuza games, which I appreciate. I mean, they're again like 10, 15 years too late, but it's about time. But yeah, PSO2 might have been, if anything, really was the breaking point for me with Sega.
Yeah, nah.
Square's getting close to that spot too.
Oh, I've canceled.
I
them.
think Square's at that spot because
Yeah, they're done.
I haven't finished 15. Don't have no desire. I actually borrowed Kingdom Hearts 3 from
That's
my
the limit
roommates,
for me, bro.
and I have no desire to really finish that game right now. And I knew not to buy that game because I knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, you right.
I knew this was going to happen where like this build up was going to be so big, so huge, people are going to be hyped for it. It's like, watch, it's going to be another Final Fantasy 15 where it's been in development for too damn long. The original vision got lost, and it's not going to be as good as people thought. And now that happened, and now we're getting a final mix. I'm just like, yeah, I'm definitely glad to spend money because they got all of y'all with all this shit that they just tried to re-release on top of Kingdom Hearts 3.
When
And
they
now
announced
they're
this,
about to do
Greg?
Huh?
When did they announce this? I never heard of it.
maybe like 3 weeks after I saw
Hold on, what are you talking about?
final mix version of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh yeah, you did announce
Oh,
that.
Yeah,
But you
on
know,
top of
there's
DLC.
gonna be on top of it. So this is Kingdom Hearts 3, right? You know they're doing another 2 games.
Mhm.
They announced that too. Like, it's not done. The story's not.
Yeah,
done.
it was never done.
Yeah, like, wow. These dudes, man. I'm gonna tell you what, Square, after 15, I canceled them, and then after Dissidia, that was the nail. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm actually
I
good,
think
bro.
14 is really the only little bit of Square Enix I have right now.
That shit was cancer for me too. Like, we're
That's
all
fair.
different. We're all different. Granted,
I'm gonna put it like
I
this. I'm put it
understand
like
that.
this. If Shadowbringers ain't good, I'm done with 14.
They're not getting my money on that bullshit. They don't got what 3 or 4 expansions out of me. Fuck that.
I mean, Heaven's Sword was the best expansion.
Yeah, I can say that.
Best expansion.
Stormblood was cool
Garbage.
off of aesthetic appeal, but like as far as content, now it's pretty trash.
That's just garbage.
It's pretty
I
trash.
hate
Honestly, everything that Stormblood brought to the game, they could have got with a version patch. They didn't
Yeah.
need to charge us for that.
Basically.
They did not
Game's
need
garbage.
to charge us for that.
That
But yeah,
expansion's
Heaven's Sword was pretty godlike. I can't even knock them for that. Everything about Heaven's Sword was pretty good. But I'm done with them. They can eat that. I'm good. And then 15 is probably the biggest spit in the face to anybody that was a Final Fantasy fan over the years. Though.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Shenmue also. Shenmue's a different case though. Shenmue's a different case. But it still is on Sega fucking things up.
Yeah, do we honestly need a Shenmue continuation at this point, dog?
We needed a
how many
conclusion.
fucking years? Do we? They could just do like a
We really
graphic
do.
novel or some shit.
Nah, that's not
Or like a
gonna do
live action film. So when
don't do that.
Nah,
The live
you-
action
you-
film would be
you
done
really
before
want
the
to
next
play
game.
a 2019, 2020 Shenmue, dog? That shit's
Yeah.
gonna be omega trash.
I mean, I expect that.
Oh,
I
man,
want closure. Sorry.
Damn,
you know what
Homa.
you know what you sound like right now, bro? You sound like the Kingdom Hearts fans. That's what it sounded like. They're like,
That's
yeah, we
fair.
needed to end, bro. And what
Nah,
happened? And what
nah.
happened to y'all, man?
But see, the thing
You
is,
see, I
I'm
ain't buy
not
that
buying-
game.
the thing is, I'm
Oh.
not buying 4 to 5 different games that reiterate
Yeah,
what's
to get
going
in
on in
between.
Shenmue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that shit's been gone.
yeah.
What's gonna
I'm
happen
That's
not-
is
crazy.
They're gonna come out And that shit's gonna either be one or two things. It's gonna be lackluster, and it's gonna be a really shit ending, and you're gonna be pissed.
I won't
Or
be pissed. I'll
there
be like,
isn't-
yeah, I expected it.
Or it's gonna come out, it is not gonna be the end, and they're gonna come out with like 5 more Shenmue games, and the franchise is gonna become more trash because of that anyway.
To be fair, Shenmue definitely was supposed to go on a lot longer. So
No, it was.
yeah, like Kingdom Hearts and Shenmue are those games where they definitely planned out like a very, very long timeline, but because they were too busy trying to like iron out the graphics and whatever,
Right.
it just kills the game. It kills the franchise.
It's like you're in a crossroads of the game becoming ass or ass. So it's like at the end of the day, you're gonna have to eat ass. That's what we're at. Like, you know, it's a terrible life. It's a terrible life, man.
That's why at the crossroads you just walk straight. You don't actually take the path.
So you just run into the board or the
Yeah.
sign. That's,
Yep.
that's fucking OD, dog. That's purgatory. You're just running into a sign for the rest of your life. You're like, I really don't want to, but I have to, but I don't want to. You know, you're just fighting it.
Let's see. I guess the only developer I'm kind of pissed with right now is like Infinity Ward. Maybe
them-
maybe Treyarch.
They're canceled.
Treyarch's been pissing me off since Black
who
Ops
made,
2.
Who made Black Ops? Who made Black Ops 4?
Treyarch. They've made all the Black Ops.
Yep.
That's their section of Call of Duty. I'm pissed with Infinity Ward because
I canceled those dudes after Ghost.
Yeah.
I'm sick because they're like talking about fucking they're like, oh, you MW2 remaster.
That
I'm like,
shit's never
hell
coming
yeah.
out.
I'm like, hell yeah. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And like, oh, campaign only. I'm like, are you
Yeah.
joking?
That shit's never coming out, bro.
Hold on. Did you see a picture?
No,
No, they're talking
they've
about it.
announced it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they
okay,
announced it.
okay.
It's literally only gonna be campaign. And they're like, well, we might put in multiplayer. I'm like, look, you know damn well
Nobody's buying it if it's campaign only.
MW2 story, great story. Do I want to play it again?
No.
Fucking 14 years later? No, I really don't.
That shit probably aged by now.
It's trash.
Yeah.
I'm trying to play some freaking multiplayer, but no.
Trying to nuke some dudes.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it on, but no. So they're done. Treyarch's pissing me off because they keep doing dumb shit with Black Ops 4, and they did an okay job with Black Ops 3, but now they're really starting to piss me off. And
Or it's not too bad right now.
it's like teetering. Like it'll come up and they'll do something right, and I'm like, that's good. I appreciate you for that. Then for 3 months they'll just do shit. They'll just shit on the game, and then they'll put out like a decent update, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, we're coming back. No,
Well,
so
I'll
they're
say
right
for-
on the edge.
For the case of Black Ops 4 and Treyarch, I will say that I respect the company for actually trying to do work on the game because most developers would not put anywhere near as much thought into changing the game around as they have. So I'll respect them for that. They support the game, and for the free, they're
Yep.
not charging us. But at the same time, yet again, multiplayer is fucked, and I find myself driven to not play it because of the decisions they made.
Their decision making is really,
it's really
cheap.
bad. It's really bad.
Like, I don't. They're like, oh, Spitfire's broken. All right, nerf the actual shit out of the Spitfire. So it's honestly unusable. at this
Unusable,
point.
yeah. What's the point?
So
of using
I'm
it?
like, awesome. Good thing I got that gold already. Don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Then they're like, oh, let's buff the swordfish. 1-hit kill anywhere in the body. Awesome.
Whoa. Why are you spreading lies, EJ? Nintendo actually gets it the worst.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Nintendo is a-
What you mean?
That company,
Nintendo
bro,
been on the.
they've been canceled since the Wii, bro. That's like
Yeah,
the
like,
biggest
are you
cash grab
crazy?
company.
All right, what y'all got to say about that? I'm
Nintendo-
ready to hear
Nintendo
this.
has.
I'm ready to
Wii
hear
Shop?
this.
We
They
shop. What a lost
they
cause.
ruined Splatoon multiplayer.
They
Anyway,
ruined
all right,
emulation.
Greg, what do you got to say?
Let's talk about some emulation. Let's talk about some Wii Shop but bust. What else we got on the list here? We got the Wii U.
Digital games.
We got digital games in general. We
Are we
got
talking games or are we talking systems? That's
Everything,
The,
everything.
everything.
Oh, everything. Okay.
Whole
Yeah, you
Nintendo.
crazy man. Like you we can't.
Can
get-
I specify Nintendo games then? Can I-
Give me
Sure,
code.
take your time. Sure.
They
Can I-
ruined,
no,
they
I'm saying,
ruined
can I
multiplayer.
specify-
Let me know. Let me know. Let me
game.
know when you want to get to F-Zero though.
Son.
Oh yeah, they
Metroid.
destroyed that
The,
franchise.
Because-
the simple mention of Nintendo was so tilting that it's got the camera spinning so fucking fast. I love it, bro. I actually love it, yo. That's great.
Paid online.
What online?
Paid online.
What online?
Hold on,
What's
I
worse?
just got one question.
Fuck Nintendo.
That's not a question. That's a statement. Well, anyway, I just got one question that could possibly defend Nintendo, bro. Just one question. Does their console have an Ethernet port on it?
No.
Not yet.
Done.
Okay.
No.
Hold on.
Done.
Supposedly,
How are you gonna charge me
with the-
for
with the-
NetPlay
with
with
the
no
Switch
fucking
2?
wire connection, yo?
Switch 2.
Switch
they're
2?
gonna do
I gotta buy another console? Oh my god.
They're actually putting out 3.
That's
putting out 3
He said Switch too.
Putting out 3 versions of the Switch.
Oh my god, dog. I gotta buy a whole nother fucking console, bro.
That's great.
Glad I didn't buy it.
Hey,
That's OD.
I like my Switch.
Yikes.
I'm not gonna hate on that.
Yikes.
They better just tell me the
Portability.
dock alone, and I'll buy it. I will buy the
If
dock.
they honestly made one that was, if they just remade the dock and made it less shit,
Yeah, that's it. That's all they need to do.
we'd be in there.
Nah, you know that company better than that. They ain't gonna make no money on no fucking dock. And if they did do that, they're only gonna release like 5 per store. Like they're like, yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna.
they always-
they always do
always
that.
do
They always do
that.
that. Like it's been years, like a decade. It's been like a decade of that. And I
You
can
see how
I
they
can,
treated the Wii, right?
right. And it's like I can speak from not like a consumer standpoint because I don't buy Nintendo products but from a selling standpoint because I used to be a manager at a GameStop. They purposely do that bullshit. When fucking Mario Kart Wii came out, they were like, yeah, you know what I mean? This shit is dope. They purposely like shrunk the controller market, knowing that damn well people were gonna play 4-player split screen. So people come in trying to buy Wii remotes. We got 2. Like, are you kidding me? They shipped us 2. We got 60 copies of Mario Kart and 2 controllers. Are you kidding me? Like, and then you remember when the game or when Smash came out, they're like, yeah, we're gonna ship a GameCube adapter per store. You're
Yeah,
gonna get one.
it was a struggle, bro.
Like, come on, man.
It's pretty rough. If you didn't have one already, you're pretty much assed
And
out.
then the scalpers bought them. Scalpers
free.
are Nintendo hunters, bro.
Yeah, free. But the thing is, that's the company's fault for that bullshit. They reciprocate that.
They literally promote scalpers.
I
I
mean,
mean, you saw what happened to the whole
that.
Amiibo bit when that first dropped, right?
it's still like that. By the way, it still hasn't changed. It is rough.
Could be me.
The Amiiboians.
But them dudes, they literally they do one or two things, right? So Nintendo's one or two things. They for one, chase the gimmick. They've been doing that shit since the Wii. So they sold the Wii. The gimmick for that was motion control, and everybody fell for that hard. And then
Shit,
it took like 3 years for people to realize that, oh man, we've been fucking duped. These they sold people a dumbass fitness board, bro, that did nothing. They literally sold that to people. People bought that shit like free. You know what I mean? Then after 3 years, people realized it's like, wow, we're dumbasses. We fall for anything. And you know what these dudes did? They repackaged it and sold it to them again with the Wii U, and they bought it again.
I think
you know what I
he
mean?
got big, man. Man was Slam playing some Wii Fit.
That shit is crazy, bro.
It had
I
better
can't-
graphics and an HDMI port.
It's freaking Switch 2. Like it's literally they're doing it all over again, man.
Three versions. Three versions.
Yo, they're doing it all over again, man. They're doing it all over again, yo. They're doing it all over again. So that's the first thing. That's the first thing they suffer from is doing that, right? The second thing they suffer from is okay, so is nostalgia factor. So people have been playing these games that have been on Nintendo for like decades, like years and shit. But what people don't understand and realize is that they're playing the same game with another twist to it. That's all it is. They've been thriving off of that for like 30 years. 30 years of that.
Isn't
Of
that
people
what games
playing,
are, though?
of playing. Yeah, but okay, look. And this isn't me like picking a side in like a console war or anything like that. But as of right now, when it comes to newer content, the only company doing that shit that's on a console is Sony. They're putting out AAA titles that have never been done before. You know what I mean? But like Nintendo, you're not gonna get a brand new franchise at Nintendo. Like we got with the Wii U and with the Switch, we got what, one Splatoon. We've got one new franchise. Meanwhile, you're getting Super Mario Poster Boy and
Arms. What about Arms?
meanwhile you're getting Super Mario Post Boy. You're getting never mind. You're not getting another Star Fox game. You're not getting another Metroid game.
Yeah,
They're like, we're gonna give you, we're gonna give you Fire Emblem like 36. You know what I mean? Like
Wait.
you're getting the same shit
Same
over
game.
and over and over and over and over again, and people are just like, yo, Nintendo's so godlike. But can you sit down and sit back for a second and realize that you're playing the same game again?
I mean, when you put it like
You
that,
bought
I
it
see what you're
again?
saying.
Yeah, that's a
But they're
problem.
different games. Like
I mean,
they evolve. They're
different, huh?
evolving.
They're different.
They're
Huh?
they're evolving with the times. If that
All right,
makes sense.
so let me ask you this, right? What's the newest Zelda game that came out?
Breath of the Wild.
Did you play that?
Which was godlike. Yes, I
That
beat
game,
it.
that game was trash. Shut
That
up.
game is godlike. Oh my god.
garbage.
So
I'm
let me
hearing
ask.
some
All right,
blasphemy
all
right
right.
now.
So let me ask you a question, right? You play as Link in the game, right?
Yes.
Play Zelda.
All right. You got a sword and shield, right?
Yes.
And you're adventuring, right?
Yes.
And you slice and kill mobs and bosses to get to the end of the game, correct?
But you do it different.
No. Answer the question. It's a yes or no
Yes.
question.
Yes.
So you're playing the same fucking game. All
Craig
right, all right.
died.
It don't matter how you get from point A to point B. If you're doing the same shit to get there, it's the same game. All right, it's the same exact game. Like, people are like, nah, it's open world though. Like,
Yeah, it's
doing,
open world.
You're doing the same shit.
mean,
like,
bro,
are you
you,
kidding me?
you literally
Oh my
make
God.
your own
Yeah, like,
adventure,
oh my
bruh.
God.
You literally make your own adventure.
You make your own
You don't-
adventure.
Hold on.
You sound like the omelet bar at like a hotel.
Oh my god.
They make your
That's so deep, man. Like, that's crazy.
The only reason you're saying that is because it came out the same time as that.
No, stop.
Yeah,
don't,
yep,
don't,
yep, you
don't,
already know
don't
what I'm
bring,
about to say.
don't bring Horizon into this. Don't.
Horizon,
This has
Horizon.
Nothing, this has nothing to
It
do with
came
Horizon.
out
I'm not
as
even.
at the same
I'm not
time.
even shilling Horizon. I'm not even thinking about Horizon, bro.
Isn't
I'm
that
using it
just
as
like-
an example.
They came out the same day.
It's
Like,
not about
come on,
that
bro.
though.
You know what
I
that
can say the same shit about that dumbass Mario hat game. I can say the same thing. You're still collecting stars and shit. It's the same thing. Like, yeah, like it's the same game, man. It's the same game, yo. Like I don't know what the name of the game is,
The
man.
Mario,
I
the
don't know.
Mario hat
I don't
joint.
know.
Horizon just like a mecha Legend of Zelda.
You need to stop. Now you guys are trying to trigger me. Like
said go to
now you're
jail.
trying, now you're trying to trigger me, yo. I'm not falling for that bait.
Talk about how
Like, I'm
Splatoon
good
is
on
the
that.
leading money maker for Nintendo at this point.
No, I respect that. That's their only new IP.
Because, and you know what's really sad is they're actually stopping making new content for the game.
That's
I'm
the dumbest shit.
heartbroken.
You know what that is? That's the EA, bro. They're like, yeah, let's kill our own game.
I'm sad.
That's
You know what?
the
They did
EA.
fuck up because they said, you know what? We're not making any new content, no new weapons, no new maps, no more Splatfest, whatever.
Yeah, that's.
And a
kinda
month
crazy.
later, they're like, hey, boys, new content. I'm like, what the what?
Yeah, you're toying with your fan base at that point. That's
Dude,
not
it's been
cool.
like
See,
4 months now.
we got some real original games out here. We got who doesn't like Mario Kart 8, right?
Deluxe.
Oh, look,
it's not
look,
just 8.
look,
It's deluxe.
hold
They
on, hold
sold
on,
it to
hold
you
on,
again.
hold on.
Yeah.
Look, we got a different
All right,
character.
what
this time. We
else-
got
what else you got?
Super Mario Party. Let's go. And then we got guess what? Super Mario Odyssey.
My man looked at his game catalog and realized he's been playing the same shit for the past 20 years. He just looked like you're literally proving my point. You're literally proving
I'm
my
just
point.
playing. I'm just playing.
That's so deep.
No, I
Yeah.
said when you look back at it, yeah, you're right.
Oh
brain,
my
right?
god. Son, if I look at my collection right now,
But this game though,
for
not like
I got one.
if I look at my collection right now for my PS4 games, right? Like every single one of them is like a brand new IP. Like maybe one of them is like a remake of like an old IP, but like the
Yeah.
rest of them are brand new IPs. I don't know what that is, but
You know what that
Yeah.
is? That's that Gal gun, baby.
Oh Jesus! I was like, I can't read kanji.
I gotta go.
Oh
shit.
my god,
What
bro.
broke the case? That's an
Oh.
import. I had to pay money for that.
That's a sad day.
Oh, what about this one? Hold on, I got this.
That's a sad day. Uh-oh.
What about my 2 copies of
Final Fantasy 10? I've actually bought in that game.
They're not even
way too
open.
many times,
I haven't
yeah.
even opened them.
Yo,
Let me,
what?
let me get one of those.
I
Dude,
think-
yeah.
Yeah, let me
$10.
top one of those.
I'll sell it to you for $10.
Wow, that
Sold. I'm gonna give it to you.
He said it needs to be
Done.
free.
Done.
I got it.
I'll give him
free.
10. I'll give him
I
10 for
got
it. Fuck
I'll
it.
give you one for
How many
$10.
is that? FREE.
I mean, you want Final Fantasy Type 0 HD? I have
That
that
game is
too.
trash.
I got
you can
Alright,
keep you can
that's
keep that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Shout-
real
shout out
talk.
to
What
Target,
game
man.
is like a new IP besides like the ones you have?
Oh, what's a new IP? Ah, shit.
Metro. That's fucking
Well,
done over
Metro's
again.
on everything though.
Yeah, but let's
That's
see,
not a new
DMT
IP either.
5.
Like Metro's been out forever. That's not a new IP though. That's the
No,
fifth
I'm just naming
installment of
games that
Metro.
just come out that were really good.
Oh, I got you right here. Oh, this is unopened too. Boom. Jet
What's that?
Set. That was a successful IP.
They need to
Where's
bring
it
it
been
back.
at? Where's it
No,
been at then?
no,
Yeah.
do not bring it back.
It was successful.
Yeah, don't bring it back.
Where's it? Yeah, it's gonna
If
fuck
you
it
bring
up.
it back, it's gonna be fucked, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna be Sega owns it, so it's gonna be
No,
trash.
for real. You know who's doing well though? Fucking. I know you're gonna laugh. Besides the Street Fighter team, Capcom.
No.
They're not doing well. They were releasing old shit.
Yeah, they're not doing well.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're just
Monster Hunter's
releasing old shit.
Monster
you're gonna-
Hunter.
you're
That's
gonna-
exactly what I was getting at, Greg.
Third
Exactly.
Cloud. That was a good IP.
This is not even me hating. I cannot give Capcom any clout for Monster Hunter.
Why?
Because you could just fucking play an MMO. That shit is so cheap. Like, honestly, if you play Monster Hunter, you are a cheapo. Like,
Honestly, I want a good MMO, but
I
don't
mean,
know.
sadly to say that your best bet is probably 14. And it's
Yeah.
really sad that I have to
Jeez,
say
that and people keep
Yeah.
shilling that game for me, and I'm just like, nah.
Try it
I mean,
out.
unfortunately, that
try
is
it
the best of your options at the moment.
Try it out.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely have had like 20 free like.
Like trials.
I mean, at this
yeah.
point, you have a 30-day
I
free
think
trial.
At this point now, you can play up until like level 50.
Yeah, you got
Yeah, for free.
Free.
30-day trial, something like that.
Hey, Kyle, you want to play this next time I'm over?
That game is actually legit.
It is.
Yeah, that game is actually legit, dog. You have an original Xbox, bro?
I do.
That's
Oh yeah,
crazy,
yeah. The
bro.
original was actually got like I have the original one too.
Oh, that's the volleyball joint.
Yeah, that's actually what legit sold me on buying an
It's
Xbox.
actually such a good
Yeah,
game.
it's actually a really good volleyball game too.
Original
Like
actually
outside
really
of the sex shit, it's actually a legit volleyball
it's a
game.
godlike game.
It's pretty good.
I don't know what they did with 2, but it definitely wasn't 1.
Two was terrible. That was game
People,
terrible.
people couldn't get past the photo mode in that game, but it was actually a pretty good game. Yeah, I have that. It's a good ass game.
You have the collection?
Yeah, I do have the collection. Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Both. I've got the
Collection actually
PS2
got
one.
like 2.
And
Yeah,
I've got the remake on PS3. I got
Yeah.
both.
I bought this for $5.
Good shit.
Yeah. Shout outs to thrifting.
Yeah, you got that Onimusha one though?
No, I don't.
That one I do not have.
Yeah, that one's actually rare.
It is.
I'm kind of mad I never got it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I have all the Japanese Kingdom Hearts. Does that count?
No.
Oh, sorry.
It's like I'm trying to bless y'all with some technology, but I keep unfortunately looking at this dumbass limited edition of Resident Evil 6.
I mean, I have the limited edition of Persona back there.
I mean Resident Evil 6.
It is not. Stop.
Yes,
It
yes,
is
it
not.
is.
It is
Yes, it
not.
is.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it
No.
is.
It is
Yes, it
not.
is.
It is not a giraffe getting
He is
domed from.
he is
Son,
that dude is
if you
destroying
don't,
that
son,
giraffe.
this does not look like that, bruh. It doesn't look like. Son, why would it be that high?
You making
why,
sounds?
why would it? Why would it? Why would it be? I have that. Yeah, I have that actually.
Yeah, this is the real collector's box.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, that one's cool and all that, but
We showing out waifus now. I mean, I don't know about that.
That one doesn't have Izanami on it. This one does.
Yeah, I didn't get that one.
That one's got Izanami on it. You should
I was too poor at the time.
purchase that one. It's
Can you
pretty good.
buy it for me?
Damn, why is she smiling so
Actually,
big?
if I could.
She
Are you
like,
serious? Cause she
gotta
got
be-
Cause
You gotta
broke.
pay
I'm about to be good.
She the bay out here.
She
You
was
gotta pay
like, I'm gonna single-handedly make people think that I'm killing the game.
There you go. Got that Death Smiles though. Got that
She
Death
sure
Smiles.
did.
I
I
mean, people was like, "Yo, Izanami's killing the game," and then nobody plays Izanami. That's so fucking hilarious. to
You
me.
got
Don't get me
Nano.
started on that. Don't get me
That's
started.
great. So if you're
Nano's a lord.
if you're a Southern Florida player, you got to be sitting there worried about playing Nano. Get the fuck out of here, bro. That's an
Right.
excuse.
Nano's godlike.
Yeah. I'm not.
Yeah, but he's
I'm
not
not
South Florida.
I'm not shitting on Nano. I'm just saying like there are way more characters and people in the scene than just
I was-
Nano to play the,
I was
play the
definitely
game.
joking. I was
Yeah,
definitely-
that's OD.
Hey, EJ, you want to play a good game with me?
Show me. No. That's racist, bruh. Hold on, show.
Yeah, Donkey Kong.
It's not racist. This game is godlike.
So look at his face. That's racist as shit. Look at that
Yo,
shit.
boy, you were playing Donkey Konga last night. Don't even troll.
Son, I wish I had the bar girl.
You were killing it with them.
You be
joints.
you be gonna be hearing me beat them joints, bro.
Oh,
That's
stop.
what's up, yo.
You ain't beating no.
All right, I'm cutting this combo. Weekend rollout. What in the fuck is going on this
Go
weekend?
eat.
Hey, it's not happening this weekend, but shout outs to me getting fucking tickets, bro.
Oh,
last two, boy.
I forgot about that.
Last fucking two.
I forgot about that. The homie EJ scooped
Good seats,
Infinity
too.
Ward tickets, bro. Infinity Ward dropped for tickets and it broke the internet.
It literally broke. The internet.
Or not.
You
Infinity
want
Ward.
to talk about crash the
Endgame.
net, bro?
Yeah, Endgame. Yeah, it legitimately crashed the net. They almost hijacked the name of the show for like a good 24 hours. Had
Great.
people sick out here, dog. Had Dark Child writing poems.
Should I read it on stream?
Yes, you should definitely give us the Dark Child take on his frustration with getting in-game tickets.
Say no fucking more.
Endgame.
It's like Blackout, but it's in game. All right. AMC, they're like, we want everyone to be able to grab their Avengers in-game tickets, but it looks like we've gotten the Thanos snap. Hey. We're working on getting things back up and running, but in the meantime, please try our site again. Dark Child. He said, this is no excuse. How does your platform continue to be inaccessible for people that is A-list stub members? Then allow platforms like Fandango to purchase tickets before them. Horrible service. I hate you. Verbatim, Dark Child, end quote.
Hey, why is he so sick?
He's
Nigga.
fucking pissed.
My thing is, it's like, yo, you know what? When he read that to me and he told me how sick Dark Child was, I was like, well, looks like you seen the movie on Friday, boy.
Hold that.
That's all it said to me, man. I guess you won't wait 24 hours, get spoiled like shit. My man's gonna get on his Twitter the next morning, and his TL's gonna be destroyed.
Son.
Like,
Oh, that's fine.
ah,
He said,
You
Endgame.
literally have to turn off your internet.
yeah, because these
Captain
dudes,
Planet joins.
these people are relentless, bro. They will legit post how shit ends on Twitter, bro. Like 3 days before DMC 5 came out, the final battle was on Twitter. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
all right. Like, that's how it is, bro.
Oh, Chuck, he
People
actually said it.
have
Yo, I gotta
entire
link that
scenes.
shit.
Yeah, that shit's crazy, bro. But
Dark
shout
Child.
out,
And he said horrible twice, by the way. I didn't just say that.
to EJ scoring the tickets for the homeboys. So,
Yeah, thanks. Did you get me a ticket?
nah, he said he got 2, brother.
Oh, I'm about to go slam you.
Dog, there was a fucking waiting list. There was a waiting list.
Yeah, I had to
get
wait.
tickets.
Like, I
That-
literally have a picture of me waiting in the fucking line online.
Sorry, couldn't hear you over that.
All right. Anyways,
Yeah, that shit's so deep, bro. They made this dude wait 24 minutes to like have the possibility of getting tickets. That's some Magfest shit. That is some Magfest shit.
oh, by the way, it up to 45, like halfway through the 24.
That's fucking crazy. Son, the Pet Cemetery remake comes out this weekend, yo.
Nobody wants to watch that.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
it's
agree-
probably
I
gonna
agree
be
with that.
it's probably trash,
trash.
but it was okay. It was entertaining. So if we use the logic, you know, maybe Pet Cemetery is okay. I enjoyed the first one or the original.
Let's just go see.
What, Shazam?
I mean, yeah,
You already seen it.
I'm not seeing that bullshit.
He said,
I'm
"Corrupt
good
the
on
child."
that, you know? Oh, hold on. We got Hotel Mumbai that comes out. You're looking
That's-
forward to that, I guess.
That's a no.
And the beach.
Greg's
bomb.
face like defines everything. How I was thinking about that.
But yeah, that's about it.
Son.
Apparently, yeah, I thought this shit was coming out in like September, bro. Apparently, the Pet Cemetery remake comes out on Friday.
I
We
mean,
get more gameplay of Borderlands 3 this week.
I don't give a shit
Can you
about
stop?
I know nobody cares.
If this was like 10 years ago, I'd probably been interested.
Right, it's
Yeah, it's
2019.
way too late. It's
Who,
way
who,
too
who the
late.
fuck is playing
The fact that they
Borderlands in
even announced
2019?
it this week was crazy, like for a lot of people. But I'm like, how long has it been since y'all played this game?
That shit looks like a fucking 360 game, bro.
It definitely does. I will agree.
Yeah,
with
2K are entire trolls for releasing that shit for $69 or $59. I know they're going to.
It's gonna be $69 with
Yeah,
that
they got
DLC.
10 more. You know,
That DLC, boy.
Extra 10 off you.
that's crazy. But yeah, I don't think anything else is going on this weekend. I don't think there are any events going on, at least. I think NCR was the
I mean,
focal point until what, the end of this month, until what, April Annihilation? You said what happened?
go to the club.
We could go to the club.
Yeah, we could.
That'd be pretty dope. I'm gonna bring the camera.
All right.
Gonna catch some shit in there.
Oh, damn. Get me drinking.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much the end of it until like the end of April for what, April Annihilation.
Yeah, next weekend's Michigan Masters, so I'll be gone.
Oh yeah, it is next weekend. Aha.
I honestly, like every single other person going, thought it was this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's like, "Oh shit, I got to get ready." Oh, cherry blossoms.
Cherry Blossom Festival, I believe, is the same weekend as Michigan
Same
Michigan Masters. Yeah.
Like
I'm
the
gonna-
actual festival.
Yes,
I'm
the
trying to go
festival
see 'em. I'm trying to go see the blossoms next weekend or this weekend.
this weekend. Yeah, I'm down.
I'm not
for
going
that.
to the festival.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that too.
I'm not gonna be here.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're not gonna be here, but
Yes, you are.
That's not gonna stop me.
Oh, okay. All right, EJ. Let me fly back for the day.
Yeah, you should do that.
What's up, brothers? He said, "What are you doing here?"
Go to that festival and fly your ass right back to Michigan, boy.
Yep.
And then next morning. Oh, actually, I come back Monday, so never mind.
Rip. Fucking
Oh,
rip.
well. That's
That
great.
is actually a move. It's been a hot minute since I've given my money to a casino. I might have to do that.
Let me hold $100, word.
Good shit.
Yeah, off the good
The
man
community
principle.
pool. So basically, the idea is you get the Hun dog, and then you double it. You give him the Hun dog back. Then you have a Hun dog to play with.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know the tech.
I
pretty
ain't
solid.
this. I ain't this.
And if you don't win it, you just give him your $100.
I ain't giving him shit. That's the
All
difference.
right. Anyway,
I mean, yeah, you can do that. You can definitely do that too. If you guys have enjoyed what you have seen so far, definitely hit that follow button. You know, plenty of great content coming out. I know last week I told everybody that I was gonna have the call-in feature working, but Perfume has legit ruined my life in the greatest of ways, and it is what it is. So hopefully next week I will have that up and running for everybody. All this content will definitely be uploaded to YouTube on Friday nights, as it always is. So you can get to that through the link on the bottom of my what is this? This isn't Twitter. Twitch. You get it on the bottom of this Twitch page. You can go straight to the YouTube from there, or you can just type in what you saw right there, Master Crash MD. That'll take you right to the page where you can watch all of the episodes we've done thus far for Crash the Net. Hey, you see that? You got the bits now, Nick. Ha ha ha! You upgraded, boy. Look at your sub badge. Like, look, you got bits now, bro. You're in there.
16 months.
Yeah, you're in there now, boy. Cause you
I'm-
had the red joint, you had the red Stein, you got the bits now. Top
You
tier
really
boys.
I almost donated bits again.
Anyway, for my co-host here at Crash the Net, you know, you can follow him, Nick Stone at Nick T Stone on Twitter. We got, you know, young Shinoni, the homie. You can follow him at Mecha Shinoni on Twitter, and then we also got the homie Ernest Young EJ. You can follow him at Hermit nap underscore Ernest on Twitter, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Does anybody have anything else to say to wrap up the show before I turn this stream off, because the intro is still fucked?
Nope, we're out of here. Let's go.
All right, well,
blackout.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do
all
that.
right. Yeah, follow everybody in the chat. Just don't follow me, sub to me, you know, throw your monies. Peace out, everybody, for another week from Crash the Net. We out of here, yo.